Football night in Riverside brings us to Ramona High School, the home of the 2023 state champion Ramona Rams, who in their Solar Series rivalry take on the Bears of Poly. Good evening, alongside Ramona Hall of Famer Jeff Gorham. My name's Ghazal Hassan, and Jeff, Ken Mashinsky and the Rams have some close shaves the last 2 weeks. A couple of weeks ago, we were on hand at Hillcrest. It took a late rally to beat the Trojans. Last week, they got out by the hair of their chinny chin chin. A late touchdown by Sincere Tolbert to upend Rancho Mirage on the road, 27-26. How long can the Rams keep walking that tightrope?
Well, I'll tell you what, they have the biggest bullseye they can possibly have tonight against Riverside Poly, their biggest rival, the team they lost to in the championship. This is going to be fun, and I'll tell you what, everybody is going to be on high alert.
All right. Speaking of the Bears, they've also been close enough to win each of the last 2 weeks. They have not. Last week, we were on hand against King, where special teams made the difference. A couple of weeks ago, it came down to the final moments of the game in a one-possession loss on the road at Sultana. But the one thing you can say about a Jerron Gilbert coach team, Jeff, they always play good defense. Their defense is going to keep them in games. We've talked a lot about Benji Matthews over the last couple of weeks, but a couple of guys who've also stepped up. Michael Gaines Jr., he's kind of the anchor in that defensive backfield. And how about Garrett Esch coming off the edge, anchoring that front four for Jerron Gilbert and the Bears?
Well, I'll tell you what, Esch really surprised us last week. But this defense is really solid. They have to worry about two things. They got to worry about the pass with Mr. Shiner, and they got to worry about the sincerest of Sincere Tolbert.
All right, it's a rematch of last year's CIF Division 11 championship. It's the Bears and the Rams coming up next, the CIF on Riverside TV.
Live local. Help support your favorite businesses with the Shop Riverside Community Card. With over 200 Riverside businesses giving exclusive discounts and offers to community card holders, there's something for everyone. Participating organizations sell these cards for only $15 each, with $10 going straight back to the organization itself, making the Shop Riverside Community Card a fantastic way to support your favorite local group. For more information about the Shop Riverside Community Card and to find participating businesses, please visit shopriversidenow.com. And don't forget to live local. Shop Riverside.
Football night in Riverside.
I thought I just saw us, Jeff. We're back. Ghazal and Jeff back with you. We're about to toss the coin here for the Solar Series rivalry. Steve Pollard is the white hat. He will do the honors. You see the captains out for both teams, for Poly and for Ramona. You know, Jeff, the Rams, your Rams, by the way, congratulations, by the way. I'm sitting next to a Ramona Hall of Famer. You were inducted in April of 2024. The Rams have won the last 6 meetings of this series. Since Ken Mashinsky has been installed as the head coach, he has not lost to Poly. How about that?
Well, you know, I was talking today to another coach in the area, and I don't want to say who, but he says, man, that Ken Mashinsky guy is the luckiest human being in the world. He goes, every time you count them out, they just happen to win every single time. And he said, and he's a local coach. He goes, I hope his luck runs out because he is the luckiest man alive. And I said, no, he's not. He's Coach Mush. The Rams are going to win it all again. And I did say it. I love the Rams. I love what he's done here in his 6 seasons. He really has changed the culture, and the players, the fans, everybody around has really supported him.
Now, to be fair, the series was stopped for a few years in the middle there, but the previous 12 meetings, Poly won 11 of 12. The only one they didn't win was back in 2002 when they played to a 20-20 tie. So Poly dominated for a while, and now Ramona is dominating, and it looks like the Rams will get the football first. Steve Pollard indicating that the Rams will receive, Poly will kick off, and a little bit of a wind, so perhaps some strategery in terms of picking which side is going to go against them in the fourth quarter, Jeff.
Well, I don't know, since you live out in the L.A. area. This morning, it was raining cats and dogs out here. I was concerned about the rain. I said, you know, if it rains, how's that going to affect the game? But like you said, the wind here has really kind of come into play. But I'll tell you what, everything thrown aside, this is the biggest rivalry in Riverside, and I can't wait to see who comes on top of this one.
Yeah, we had some early morning rain, and I caught some rain as I was driving into the Inland Empire, right about the airport, kind of Chino, Ontario, that neck of the woods. There was a little bit of a drizzle, but yeah, other people were saying further east by you, it was kind of cats and dogs this morning, Jeff.
Oh, we had all kinds of rain out where the stately Gorham Manor is, and especially here in Riverside, we had about an hour and a half of solid rain.
So back here, the Rams come in. You see the Rams here, the defending state champions. They're 4-0. Poly 1-2 coming in. But remember, last year was interesting. They started 1-6, and they played their way into the CIF Division 11 final, where they played the Ramona Rams. You are a lifelong Riverside resident, and it was the two oldest high schools in Riverside. What was that like? I mean, I wasn't here. I was off traveling with basketball. What was it like in the city that weekend that these two teams played, Jeff?
Well, we walked into the stadium, and I sincerely, no pun intended, I really felt the hair on the back of my neck since I have none on my head. And I'll tell you what, it was magical. It was so fun to see these two teams battle it out. I couldn't sleep the night before, and of course, I couldn't sleep the night after because my Rams won the CIF championship.
But you didn't want to sleep. You were partying up and down Magnolia Boulevard all night.
I was
slamming car doors all the way to the Noggles.
I guess I was like Will Ferrell in Old School. I was running down, streaking down Magnolia, and people were going, "Who is that guy?" And I was fired up. I was painted blue. I looked like a naked blue man. And what a fun night that was to see the Rams win the championship.
Yeah, they have the nice banner right above us in the press box as the Rams take the field. Now, there's a little bit of a story to the black uniforms. If you recall, Jeff last year had postulated that he would not accept a nomination to the Ramona Hall of Fame. He only wanted to go in posthumously. Now, these jerseys are in honor of that, but you're still alive, so they didn't want to send him back, so they're wearing... No, I'm kidding, obviously,
yeah,
but you did make that statement. I think, I don't know if it was on the pep rally or here. It was one of the two things, but what do you think? So this is a one-time thing. It's homecoming tonight, so it's a homecoming blackout for the Rams.
Well, we had a discussion with my wife earlier today, right before we came on. Is black a real color? And she said, no, it isn't. And she said, white isn't a real color. Well, so far I'm looking, and it looks like black is a real color because they're playing right now on the field, and you can see those baby blue numbers against those black jerseys. It looks pretty sweet. And I must say, the best helmets in the city of Riverside go to the Ramona Rams.
The traditional Ram helmet with the horns on there. Jordan Daniel back deep to receive with Isaac Mata. Maddox Long set to kick off for Poly. Special teams were very important last week in the game against King, and we talked to Jerron Gilbert about it, and he goes, hey, you know what? It's like, and I said this too. I think that young man is a fantastic kicker. He's great on the kickoffs. He's great on the punts. And Coach Gilbert was very philosophical, said, hey, we played well. We fought hard. He goes, kicks get missed. It happens. Not something you can control sometimes, but he was very proud of the way his kids played in the rivalry game last week, setting them up for this week against Ramona.
Well, they've played well. I've told everybody I think Poly could win this ball game, and it's based on what we've seen so far. They have done everything they're supposed to. They've made a couple mistakes against a very good team we saw last week.
Long will approach. Mata and Daniel back deep, as we mentioned, for Ramona. And here we are underway for the Solar Series rivalry. Bit of a short kick. Fielded at the 10-yard line. This is Daniel swimming up. And Daniel will be tackled just short of the 30-yard line, making the tackle.
Is that Isaac Mendoza?
Mendoza or Ramirez, yeah. Mendoza making the tackle. 1st and 10 line is the 29. Another look.
And both these teams very fundamental in the way they play. Not a lot of penalties from either of these teams, but they both tackle very well.
So here we go. At the controls, Cody Shiner. Didn't have a great game throwing the ball last week, but he did run the football. And there's that man right there. Run to the left side of the line, and Tolbert tumbles forward for about 5. Esch in on the tackle. And again, they're going to get a steady diet of Sincere Tolbert today, Jeff.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, we saw Esch last week. He was all over the field. I wonder if he's going to be that spy on Tolbert.
does a great job at the end. Reminds me a little bit, obviously not size-wise, in the way he plays. Remember Richard Seymour, who was great against the pass and great against the run? Now he's standing up on this play is Esch. Here's the quick throw to the outside, incomplete. Lorenzo Sims, the intended receiver. Michael Gaines Jr. among those on the coverage.
And watch Michael Gaines. He can jump the route better than almost anybody we've seen in the city. He is lightning quick. A great receiver, especially on special teams, but dynamic in the defensive side of the football.
The big boys up front, the offensive line for Ramona. Nunez, Arteaga, Stevens, Murillo, Martinez. 3rd and 5. And movement in the middle of the line. Where they drawn is the question.
And we are having some technical difficulties getting the clock, so we will keep you updated. There's 11:17 left here in the first quarter. No score, as we see on the...
So broadcaster jinx in full effect. You said how nobody has penalties. 5-yard penalty against Poly.
A little excited. That was an excitement penalty.
So that'll move the sticks. First down for Ramona. Now Lorenzo Sims will go into the backfield. Now he'll split out. Dylon Tolbert out in the far slot. Long split to the near side. And they'll just turn and give to Tolbert, and down he goes. Benji Matthews, the first man on the scene. Ryan Sanchez, though, makes the tackle. Lost back to the 36.
We've talked about Benji Matthews at length on this Riverside TV. He is a true football player. You look at the eyeball test, you go, I don't know about the size, but he is a beast nonetheless for the Poly Bears.
Matthews kind of pushes the play, and pulling him down is Sanchez. 2nd down and 12. Shiner on the roll. Looking downfield, incomplete. Looking for Mata on the coverage. Matthew Padilla for Poly. 0 for 2 through the air now is Shiner. 3rd down coming up.
That's a tough throw on the run. Running to your left, throwing with the right hand. But Shiner, he is so fun to watch.
Played wide receiver last year and stepped up. He was part of that quarterback competition last summer as well. But now he's a senior. This is his team. Great leadership attributes. Grew up the son of a coach, son of 2 coaches, actually.
There it is. There's another jump.
Second offside called on Poly. That'll make it 3rd and 7. It's all those little things, the cadence, that's a big part of the quarterback's position. And Shiner's got them twice.
Well, Don Markham back in the day when he was coaching here, he would run the same cadence every single play. He would throw it in occasionally when he needed a first down, and it always worked.
3rd down. Throwing to the outside, incomplete. Intended receiver.
And Shiner this didn't look good off the throw.
It's windy down on the field. So he's 0 for 3 through the air. Another look at it.
This didn't look like he might have thrown it a little low. Yeah, it actually
sailed on him. Yeah. Punt team comes on. Kellen McAllister has done a good job
Home alone?
this year.
Kevin?
Kellen.
Oh, sorry. Dang it. Every game I can't remember that. He's home alone, though, in the backfield.
From the 41, here's the kick. And it'll bounce. Take a Ramona bounce. They'll down it at the 29-yard line. So a 30-yard kick, no return. And the Poly Bears will start at the 29-yard line. 9:57 to play here in the first quarter. We apologize. Our electronic clock is not working right now. We're trying to figure that out, but we'll keep you abreast of the time and the score. No score as of yet. 9:57 to play in the first quarter. My name's Gazal. He's Jeff.
I just got a text from our guy, Leon Culpepper. He says, "Go Bears."
But Leon.
And then he wrote at the very bottom, he said, "Go Tigers. Go Tigers."
Leon, of course, does a great job. He's the public address announcer we work with for RCC football.
He's a Poly Bear alum.
That's right. Grew up with Bobby Bonds, the great Bobby Bonds.
And his brother, Robert.
1st and 10 from the 29. Here comes Matthews in motion.
Oh,
Palomares. Troy Long says hello. Pulls him back to the 26. Loss on the play. Palomares kind of came of age last week in that game against King. Troy Long had to sit out with an injury last week. He was 50-50 up till the beginning of today. I saw Coach Mashinsky before the game, and he kind of took an exhale and said, yeah, Troy's going to play, and you see why they like him. Leading tackler on the team, also filling in a little bit on offense for them at wide receiver. So they marked the loss back to the 26.
I think this is going to be a close game. Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is what I'm going to say is going to win the ball game.
Trips to the far side. The top of the formation is Joshua Dominguez-Wales. Rolling that way is Aguilar. He'll throw, and it's incomplete. Bacha had it, but he drops it. Third down coming up. And, we give a lot of credit, and deservedly so, to the Poly defense, but Ramona's defense, and I think you mentioned it when you were talking with Jerron Gilbert before the game, these are two very fundamentally sound defenses, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they don't make too many mistakes as far as tackling. They might get offsides just because of the excitement and so forth, but they don't make the mistakes you would think in the field of play. They're not, you're not going to get too many penalties where it's going to be 15-plus yards. You might get 5-yard penalties here and there. That's about it.
Devontae Cruz-Davis, Bacha, and Wales to the far side. Here comes Bacha in motion. Matt Henry, the throw, catch at the 30-yard line. Henry up over the 35 before he spun out of bounds up near the 30. That'll be good enough for a first down. Eniola Olawuyi. No, it won't be. It'll be short. They're going to mark him inside the 40. So he'll be short and have a decision to make.
You looked at Ramona. They put 5 in the box right up top. And Poly just slipped in right about 5 yards in, and just a quick pass.
Yeah, that was
smart move there.
So the punt team comes out. Jerron Gilbert choosing to play the field position game. And that just shows confidence in his defense.
Exactly. And look at Poly. Let's see if Poly goes for the fake here.
So Jordan Daniel inside the 25 on the Ramona side of the field. Maddox Long will kick it away. Watch the up back. That's Benji Matthews. Long with the punt. And it's going to take a Ramona bounce to the 45-yard line. So it'll be a 17-yard kick, no return, and that's where the Rams will start the offense. Pretty good field position. I think the option was there to potentially fake it, but Long, the discretion, the better part of valor, got the kick away. I think he would have wished it would have been a little bit longer, but either way, Ramona bringing it the other way. Cody Shiner back in at the controls. Rams they gave up 402 last week. Ten straight wins, Jeff. He was looking for Lorenzo Sims, and they like Sims a lot. Kind of that screen out of the backfield. He's a guy who can make things happen in space. Dylon Tolbert there as well, kind of facing forward.
Now, is that Sincere's brother?
They're cousins.
Cousins.
So Isaac Mata split to the top of the screen.
I thought maybe he'd have a name like Melancholy. Melancholy Tolbert.
Melancholy and Sincere. Yeah. Or Sincere and Disingenuous. Here's Sincere. He runs into a cavalcade of Bears there. Matthews had his nose around the football, getting up from the bottom of the pile. Ryan Sanchez, and third down coming up.
This is going to be one of those games that we've talked about, a slobber knocker. I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I could be wrong, but I think this, as they say, a chess match. But I don't want to say chess, because I don't like to play chess. I like checkers, so let's call it checkers. Or Risk.
I like Badoogie. You ever play Badoogie?
No, it sounds horrible. It sounds like an ailment.
Luke would love Badoogie. So, false start called on Ramona. We mentioned Steve Pollard, our referee. Umpire is Michael Garcia. Head linesman is Martin Schneider. Line judge Pat Halfley. And the back judge Leonta Scott.
So, it looks like it's 3rd and 15.
Ball back to the 40-yard line. So, 3rd and 15. Line to gain is the 45 of Poly. So Sims near slot, Mata split out to the far side. Delayed handoff. Here's Tolbert. Tolbert up to midfield. He'll lean forward into Poly territory. Picks up 11 of the 15. Best run of the night so far for Sincere Tolbert. And here's a decision for Ken Mashinsky.
I say you go for it with, what is it, 4th and 4?
7:28 to play in the first quarter. Clock moving. 4th down and 4. Offense looks to be staying out there. Another look. A little bit of a delay. And then Tolbert kind of slips through the open space. Good block on the outside. I believe that was Ian Stevens. And they're going to go for it. 4th and 4. From the 49 of Poly. Rams trying to keep the drive alive. Shiner. Complete to Tolbert. First down. Inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Combining on the tackle, Elijah Williamson and Matthew Padilla, but enough of a gain. A 10-yard pickup on the pitch and catch. First completion for Shiner to Tolbert. Dylon Tolbert picks up the first down for the Rams.
That is a huge momentum changer right there for the Rams.
Big conversion for Ramona. First and 10 from the 39. They'll go right back to Tolbert. Here's the option, though. Sims has it knocked away. Diving in, nearly making the play, was Jaden Meacham. They were trying to get the ball outside to Sims. Second time they've run that play, and looks like Meacham had it sniffed out there.
Yeah, Shiner trying to run the option here. Almost throws it backwards. If you see on the play, ends up getting just in front of him, but...
And there's Meacham making the play.
And Meacham immediately angry with himself. Don't be angry, young fella. Get another shot.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Wynn picking up here at Ramona High School. They'll give it to Tolbert. This time he's through the middle. Little bit of a stutter step. Gets up to the 31. 8-yard pickup there, bringing up 3rd and 2. Tolbert now 5 carries, 21 yards. Under 6 minutes to play first quarter. Another 3rd down coming up, and I would imagine this is 4th down territory as well.
Of course it is. Got some confidence in your defense. If you do turn it over, you put Poly way back in Ram territory.
Shiner. Quick throw. Complete to Sims. Sims has the first down. They'll suplex him down at about the 26. Looks like Paul Robles had the tackle for Poly. Either way, a first down.
And Ramona, I'll tell you what, we've seen him go for some home run balls here in the, over the last few years. But hey, just getting rid of it quickly in space, like you said, you're going to get 4 or 5 yards every single time here to see if they continue to pepper with those short passes.
Line is the 27. We tick down to 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Ramona drive started back at the 45-yard line. Here's the end around the Dylon Tolbert. Tolbert has a lane. Tolbert dragged down at about the 16-yard line. Another look at it. Little misdirection. Nice block there by Sincere Tolbert. And Paul Robles finally grabs hold and brings him down. Ball down to the 18-yard line. Here's the give to Sincere. Pounding up the middle down to the 10. So 7 more yards for Sincere Tolbert.
And I like the up-tempo here by Ramona. Putting the Bears on their heels defensively.
So 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 3.
Little nuance there with the tempo. And again, here's Tolbert. And Benji Matthews makes the play. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
so Matthews makes a big play.
That's about 3rd and 5 now. But Matthews, he's just so quick. Quick off the ball. He's got a great first step. We talk a lot about that in basketball and soccer, but I'll tell you what, he has one of the quickest first steps we've seen from a young man.
So trips to the far side. Shiner on third down. Option, he'll hand the ball off to Tolbert trying to pick his way. Tolbert, just pure strength, still on his feet. He'll have the first down inside the 5. So down about the 3-yard line. 6 more yards for Sincere Tolbert, and first and goal for Ramona.
Well, how much of a change that we see from him starting last year. Remember, he would face contact and immediately turn his back. Now he just goes straight at you. There's no turning anything. He is taking it head on, throwing guys around.
Paul Robles was the first guy down before the rest of the Bears showed up. So here's first and goal. Lorenzo Sims, the setback. Shiner keeps it. Touchdown, Ramona. Orchestrates the drive and finishes it off with a 3-yard run. Rams take the lead.
That's just fundamental football there from the quarterback, Shiner. Good fake handoff. Everybody shifted. He walked in unscathed.
4th down conversion, 3rd down conversion on that drive, and now the PAT. How about Jose Martinez? He goes from blocking, and now he's got to kick the PAT. Martinez on the year, 14 of 17. Swings the leg, and it makes it 7-0. You know, we were wrong. He actually had earlier this year, you know, the streak he had?
Yes.
He hit 48 in a row.
Wow.
You got to count last year.
Oh, that's right. Look at that great fake. But we got to give some love to Lucas Shiner, the long snapper.
Of course.
The twin brother of Cody Shiner. Remember, Cody's a right-handed quarterback. An identical twin is left-handed. Left-handed long snapper.
That's like Zaymont and Tomax. Remember? From G.I. Joe. Yeah.
From G.I. Joe.
2:41 to play in the first quarter. Ramona 7-0 over Poly, and Kellen McAllister will tee it up.
Do you remember Micronauts?
Of course I remember Micronauts.
Nobody ever remembers Micronauts. I wish they could make a comeback. People are going, what the heck are they talking about? Look it up, Micronauts. Google it. Great action figures.
You know, some of those things you can't Google anymore because they don't have them. There's no knowledge about them.
What do you mean? See, I don't understand this Google.
Yeah, I don't understand. There's certain things you can't find. Michael Gaines Jr. from the 14. Veering to the outside. Up to the 36, 37-yard line. Barrios in on the tackle for Ramona, along with Oscar Nicholas, and 1st and 10 for Poly. 2:34 to play in the first quarter. They trail 7-0, and a couple of stands by each defense. Second drive for Ramona does the trick. They drive 55 yards after the short kick, culminated by a 3-yard run by Cody Shiner.
2:34 left here in the first quarter.
Solar Series rivalry, 6 straight wins for Ramona. Here's the offense for Poly. Let's see what they can do here. Victor Aguilar at the controls. The give to Palomares. He runs right into Barrios. Twists forward to the 40 for about a 3-yard pickup.
You know, I originally thought they called it the Solar Series for a reason. You know, Ramona High School has an astronaut. He was a captain on the space shuttle, Michael Coates.
Oh, okay.
I met him when I was in high school. And I was thinking,
how does Poly factor in then?
I don't know. I was thinking Solar, because, you know, I'm a Ramona guy.
Yeah.
But I think it was during the space race is what I was told last year by Coach John Tibbles. But Michael Coates, great commander.
Second down play. Here comes pressure. Aguilar using his feet. He'll just meet Barrios at the marker and dance out of bounds. It'll be a first down for Ramona.
Do you think he's in the Hall of Fame? I bet he is. He should be.
Yeah.
He was a commander of the space shuttle.
Yeah, that's good. That's fair. If not, they should put him in next year so he could be with you.
I would love to be next to Michael Coates.
Luis Mena with some good pressure there, and they flush it to the outside. And finally, Barrios there, but not before Aguilar picks up the first down for the Bears.
And Aguilar is so good under pressure, getting out of those.
We really saw his maturity, like in real time last year, Jeff. Palomares, nice little stutter step. Veers up into Ramona territory. Barrios again with the tackle. Second down.
So minute 35 and clock running here in the first quarter. Second and looks like 8.
Yeah. Henry to the near side along with Wales, and they've split out. Now going in motion there is Chavo Diaz. Complete to the outside, 4 more yards.
Looks like they didn't give him a favorable spot, so it looks like 3rd and 5. 3rd and 6? Yeah, wow. Under a minute to play here.
3rd down and 6, trips to the near side. False start against Poly, and that'll be the 3rd penalty on Poly. So 2 offsides penalties and a false start. I'm going to go close the door, Jeff, because the wind kicking up here is causing problems.
It's chilly. As the Rams get set, Cazal is back after shutting the door.
So I don't mind the cold so much. Just this wind's like all the papers are flying all over the place. 3rd down coming up. End of the quarter ticking down. Will they get the play off is the question.
And 3 seconds. 2. And they do right at the buzzer.
Aguilar flips to the outside, complete to Henry at the 49. Henry will cross up to the 41-yard line, very close to a 1st down. So the completion, that'll be the last play here in the first quarter. And Henry a little bit slow to get up.
And a flag coming in late in the play on the far side of the field.
Second reception from Henry. Another look at the play.
Yes, Henry looks like he's having taken a hard time getting up here.
Well, he's got the wind knocked out of him. James Norton was the first one to him.
Well, yeah, you get the wind knocked out of you too if you had horns jammed into your side,
into your solar plexus.
The old ram horns.
So
penalty against Ramona. I didn't see what the penalty was.
Yeah, Steve Pollard pointing towards the Rams side of the field.
We are 4th.
No, it's
first down.
It's first down.
First down.
Just depends on where they spot it.
There was no timeout.
It looks like they're going to call the penalty.
Did they go against Ramona?
Well, they're flipping sides, so they're going to mark it off. They got to wait to mark it off.
See, that's too much math for me, Gazal.
You went to Cal?
Yeah, but you know what I've been doing? I've been working with my 6th grader on math, and it's getting to the point now where it's beyond the math I remember.
There's the Poly huddle, 15-yard mark off.
I can't do math beyond apparently the 6th grade level now.
1st and 10 from the 27. Starting over here in the second quarter, so a penalty aids the drive for Poly. Dominguez Wales split out to the near side. Henry back in the game. That's nice to see. He split to the far side. Near slot Bacha. Devontae Cruz Davis also flexed out on the near side here. Palomares, the lone setback. Cruz Davis resets. Give to Palomares. No, it's a little bit of a messed exchange, and Aguilar goes down. He'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
And a little A.
Mena snuck in there.
And that's going to be a late flag as well. A little extracurricular activities here. I think it's going to go against Poly this time, and it does.
Now it looks like it's going to go against Poly. They'll back it off. Did you say, but you said Poly, right?
Yes.
So they're going to, the 15 yards they got, looks like they're going to give back. So back to the 41-yard line. Fourth penalty on the Bears. 30 yards marked off. So back to the 43-yard line.
It looks like our sticks are messed up.
Now, Jeff, it's a family show.
They're going to have to get...
Yeah, they were moving the sticks, not realizing they don't need to move the sticks here.
No.
Second down coming up. First down, the line to gain is the 18. So second and 25. Line is the 43. Aguilar to throw. Putting it up. He'll step into it. Incomplete. Henry, the intended target, little bit overthrown. Eniola Olawuyi on the coverage. He's done a nice job tonight.
And we talked to Ken Mashinsky before the game. He said, look at those Poly guys. He goes, look how tall and big they are.
Yeah. You're not used to them being this tall and big.
He was talking about the receivers there.
I thought he was talking about the coach.
Oh, Jerron Gilbert. He's the only guy that I
You see eye to eye with him.
I do. And his hands are bigger than mine, and he's got that brute NFL strength.
Another look at the play. Aguilar gets it out of his hands quickly, which is what you need to do, and just a little bit. Well, we don't see Henry in the shot, but trust me, he was there. Third down coming up. Aguilar looking the same way. Palomares out of the backfield. He'll have the first down. Bumped out of bounds by Barrios, but got just in front of the marker. 26 yards on third down.
Yeah, talking about size, you go with one receiver who looks like he's about 6'4", to Palomares, who is not a big guy, and just kind of snuck in there on the outside.
Had a TD run versus King last week and got some time with the varsity last year, but he's going to be their main guy this year. He'll be the workhorse, so to speak. Henry split to the far side. Batcha, Wales, Cruz Davis to the near side. Here's the option, the pitch to the outside, and good play. Barrios there. Running the ball was Jordan Martz for Poly. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, talking about size with Jerron Gilbert, looking at him, I almost got in a confrontation the other day. I was in the car and somebody gave me the bird, and I thought to myself, do I want to get mad? And I said, I don't think I can fight anymore, Gazal. Mm-hmm. So I just waved to the guy and said, sorry. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Second and 12 out of the backfield to Martz, and how do you do? Troy Long fighting for the ball. Let's see what they say. Either be a loss or a turnover. Back to the 26-yard line. Martz will retain possession of the ball, but it'll be a loss. Troy Long, that heat-seeking missile, saw exactly where the play was going to go.
Yeah, it looks like it's about 3rd and 17.
So, yeah, about a 4-yard loss on the play, throwing it behind the line of scrimmage. So Martz has 2 runs to his credit, both negative plays. And
just under the 10-minute mark here in the second quarter. Long is the grandson of Daryl Hansen, who's the principal at Poly's. That's his brother's grandson. He sent his brother across and said, you got to go sit with Ramona.
Aguilar getting out of trouble. And he runs into some of his own trouble, and here comes a flag.
And that will be close to that will be a first down or close to it here.
Depends where they mark the run. Here's Steve Pollard going to explain everything. He is the law. Personal foul whistled against Ramona.
Just a late hit out of bounds.
So he got to the 27, and they'll mark off 15 yards. It'll be very close to a first down. It'll still be third down. They're going to mark it to the 12.
So it'll be 3rd and
about 3. Oh, and so, yeah, after the play, so it'll be 4th down. Sorry, 4th and 3. You are correct. 4th and 3. The penalty marked after the play. So offense stays on the field for Poly. And timeout called by the Bears. They're going to talk it over here. 7-0, 9:35 to play in the first half. A touchdown coming at 2:41 of the first quarter. Cody Shiner, a 3-yard run to culminate a 55-yard drive. And, well, you know, rivalry games, you can kind of throw the records out the window. 4-0 for Ramona, 1-2 for Poly, but you know this is going to be a tough one. White knuckler on both sides, Jeff.
Well, it is. And talking to both coaches before the game, Jerron Gilbert and Ken Mashinsky and his staff, you always ask them, hey, how are practices this week? And it's always nice when you hear them say, guys were hitting. They were excited all week. There wasn't a bad practice from either coach. And that's always great to hear. So you know you're going to get yourself a good, focused ball game. Couple goofy mistakes, though, in this first quarter I didn't think would happen. But then it is Poly. It is Ramona.
A little emotional. You know, everything gets a little bit emotional between you're playing your rival. Ramona has won the last 6 games of this series. 7-0 Rams.
It's great to see Jim Clover. I saw him today before the game. He was on the Poly side.
Who did you see before the game? Everybody's out there all asking for you, Jeff.
Everybody. It was
the
fun.
new Hall of Famer.
It was so nice, but now Jim Clover's on the Ramona side, hanging out with his cool, he had long hair. He almost looked like one of the Doobie Brothers. Now he's back to looking like a professor.
You didn't try to bootleg it, did you?
I did not try to.
You have a big jacket on. You could hide the tape recorder underneath the jacket. And they're going to go for the field goal.
They got to get the points. I agree here.
So get the Ziggy off. 29-yard field goal attempt for Maddox Long. Flag comes in, and it's going to be a delay of game against Poly. It'll back it off 5 more yards. Penalties everywhere, Jeff, and not a drop to drink.
Yes.
No, we have plenty to drink up here. I'm just kidding.
Lots of lovely beverages.
Water.
And cookies.
33-yard kick now. Long swings the leg. It's got the distance, and it's good. Just sneaks inside that left upright. So with 9:30 to play in the first half, 34-yard field goal officially by Maddox Long, and on the board are the Bears. Have I ever discussed Ziggy Off with you?
Yes, you did.
Okay. It's an old theory. It's the old Parcells group. You know, Parcells and Al Groh and Belichick and Tom Coughlin and all those guys. Their theory was, back in the 80s, when NFL was a little bit lower scoring, right? There wasn't as much scoring. The key was to get you always want the touchdown, but you never want to leave the 0 on the board, the Ziggy as they called it.
Exactly.
So Ziggy Off was the signal. It's like, okay, it's 4th and 3 from the 20. We go for it. No. Ziggy off. Ziggy off. Get the Ziggy off the board. And that's exactly what Jerron Gilbert played in the NFL, so he understands the whole concept of Ziggy Off.
Hey, I was going to tell you, I had a family get-together this past couple weeks. What
a lovely family you have.
Yeah. Apparently, my father-in-law used to live next door to Bill Belichick when he was coaching the Browns.
Interesting.
Of course, he didn't stay there very long.
Well, he was in Cleveland like 4 or 5 years.
Yes, but apparently they were neighbors.
Maddox Long, speaking of which, kicks it deep. Daniel brings it out from the 4. Dancing at about the 20. Still on his feet. Breaks one tackle. He won't break the second one.
Now, is Maddox Long the guy that had the best fake of the year we saw so far?
Yeah. Ran for the first down against North. Made that big play. So ball out to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 is where it'll start off. We're at 9:21 to play in the first half. 7-3 in favor of Ramona. We apologize, clock not working. We're trying to figure that one out. Solar Series, a rivalry. Ramona going for win number 7 in the rivalry. And win number 11, I believe, Jeffrey, that is a school record, 11 straight wins.
It is?
I think 10 is. Dylon Tolbert takes the end around. Turns up over the 26, still on his feet, finally brought down. Couple of guys were down around there. I think Williamson was the one that finished him off. So maybe 2 yards on the play for Tolbert. Not as successful as he was on the first run. 2nd and 8 coming up. So that just goes to show you, bring up Bill Belichick. Art Modell fired Bill Belichick, okay? That just goes to show you, no matter how successful one is. There's somebody in their past that didn't believe in them.
Exactly.
I mean, he's passed away, of course, so he can't. But how do you think Art Modell felt when Bill Belichick started winning championships? Shiner with the option. Over the 30, over the 35, extends the ball out of bounds. Williamson chasing him out of bounds along with Devin Harden. And up over the 35 and the 36, that should be enough to move the sticks. And that even rhymes. Shiner with the 9-yard run.
See, he sticks that arm out. I've been watching a lot of flag football. I told you this, Gazal. That's what they do. The girls, they put the hand out and they get that extra yard.
So wait a minute. Your ex-father-in-law, or your father-in-law,
yes,
lived by Bill Belichick. Your brother was friendly with Chip Kelly.
That's right.
So, yeah, you're a football guy.
I didn't remember Chip, when he got the job at UCLA, he let me interview him.
Shiner going for Mata one-on-one. The juggling, no, he can't get it. On the coverage was Matthew Padilla. That was a great matchup down the field. Ken Mashinsky takes the shot.
That's right. I remember when Chip got the job. Remember, I was the first guy to interview him. He didn't do any interviews, and I called my brother, and then I saw Chip at the University of Redlands, and I threw out my brother's name, and he said, "Get over here." And I walked around with him for like an hour, and we convinced him to do an interview on the Inland Sports Show.
So 8 minutes straight up remaining in the second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10 coming. I'm going to look at the play. Good ball by Shiner here.
Great ball.
Nice job pushing Esch away. Joel Nunez with the matchup there. 2nd and 10. Here's Tolbert spinning off the contact. Second effort. Dives over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards on the run for Sincere Tolbert.
Makes it a 3rd and 5.
Logan McGrath in on the tackle.
7:40 to go here in the second quarter.
Stay tuned, folks.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I got to drink some coffee. I got to get fired up for tonight.
Friday night pep rally. Jeff and Pep, all the scores, all the highlights. John Rice joining you tonight?
No, we're gonna have a special guest of Bill Powell, who they just named the field after out at San Jacinto, is going to stop by on his way home to Vegas.
3rd and 5. Shiner on the roll. He'll tuck it under and run. First down, Shiner still on his feet into Poly territory, and finally is pushed down by Ryan Sanchez. So crosses over about a 10-yard run for Shiner, doing the job with his feet. His mom, Lauren, is a softball coach here. She's a Hall of Famer for Ramona, too, but she mans the parking as we come in. We had a nice, pleasant conversation as I came in. And then we talked with his dad earlier. He's one of the assistant coaches for Ken Mashinsky.
He has a cool Ramona bucket hat I really want.
1st and 10 from the Poly 49. 7-3 Ramona. We're under 7 minutes to play in the first half. They give the ball to Tolbert. Here's the spin. Tolbert dodges one tackler. Lunges forward. Inside. The ball comes loose, and Poly got it.
Wow.
Poly got the turnover. It looks like now no signal yet. Do they rule him down? No, they're going to say down. They're signaling Ramona football.
Let's look at the replay. That's why we have our great guys in the truck.
So they'll mark him down at the 44 after about a 5-yard pickup.
No, we're not going to get a replay on that one.
So it looked like potentially the first turnover of the game. So instead, it'll be 2nd and 5. Shiner to throw. Here comes pressure. Shiner flings it downfield. Williamson going for the interception intended for Sims, incomplete. 3rd down.
That could have been disastrous for Shiner there.
He's just trying to throw it away. Williamson close enough to make a play on it. They like him a lot. Elijah Williamson, the junior in that defensive backfield. On the coverage with Lorenzo Sims.
Got an injured Bear. 5:46 to go here before halftime. We'll get to see who's going to be the homecoming queen. I wonder if they still do that.
Why don't they have you announce it? You're a Hall of Famer.
I should.
I guess they didn't want you to run down. I mean, your knees, Coach Tibbles understands. They already put you in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, what else?
You gave a great speech. Now, can they find that? Is that speech online anywhere?
We have the speech.
Okay.
Our guy in the truck. I winged it. I
You were
won
great.
it.
You were great, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. It was great. We had a nice pasta dinner, and then we got to hear not just you, but the other. It was all the Hall of Famers had really interesting stories.
Yeah, the first girl I ever kissed got inducted as well.
That's wonderful.
The late great Lisa Court. I remember my parents took us down
And
to
her family was great. Like we met her husband
wonderful.
and her kids.
Yes,
They were great.
We went to Dana Point. I was in 7th grade, I think. Mm-hmm. She was the first kiss I ever had. It was a peck on the lips, and it was memorable.
Sims in motion. 3rd down. Shiner, the drop back. Flings it for Mata. Mata breaks the first tackle, still on his feet, and he'll be stopped short of the first down. But it'll still be close enough.
I love that play they just ran. That's Ken Mashinsky at its finest.
Michael Gaines Jr. in on the tackle, got help from Logan McGrath, and 4th and 1.
Watch this. I mean, there got moving parts everywhere. Perfect. What do they say? Synchronicity?
That's the old police record.
Oh, what a great one. Roxanne.
4th and 2. I think Roxanne was on Zenyatta Mondada.
I think you're right.
Flag on the play. That's going to be against, that's the 3rd encroachment on Poly. Their 6th penalty in the first half. And the most important part of that in the equation is as the clock ticks down to under 5 minutes remaining, gives the Rams a first down to the 36.
Yeah, the Bears are chomping at the bit. They're getting out of hibernation. A little quick.
I mean, listen, it's what you said. It's been a close game, rivalry game, but it's the mistakes have hurt Poly. Couple of plays made by Ramona, first down here. They'll give the ball to Sincere Tolbert, and Tolbert drops the ball as Benji Matthews was wrapped him up. He'll pick it up, though, after a couple of yards. Clock continues to move as we're nearing 4 minutes to play here in the first half. The big boys up front. They've made an addition to the offensive line. Matthew Martin Del Campo is senior, getting a start today. I believe he's playing left guard. Here's the handoff there to Tolbert. Matthews trying to pull it. You see the ball comes loose momentarily there. 2nd down. Mata to the near side. Next to him is Dylon Tolbert and then Lorenzo Sims. Flexed out nearest to the formation. Shiner's got time. Now it closes up for him. Shiner tucks it under. He's going to run. Shiner will extend the ball, get to about the 12-yard line. 23-yard pickup on the play.
And a flag on the play.
There's a flag down. Wait to see what Steve Pollard has to say. He's our white hat tonight. There's Cody Shiner walking off.
Do they still make footballs out of pigskin?
Very good question. I'm not sure.
You know what people are going to get mad at me, but I think they should make it out of dolphin. It'd be sticky. Doesn't that look like a dolphin would be sticky? You could hold on to it?
Maybe. Then how'd that go over in Miami?
Instead of pigskin, let's play. People are going to, don't say it's dolphin. They're so wonderful. All right, I'm sorry, but it looks like it'd be sticky.
Jeffrey, they say that dolphins are smarter than human beings.
No, they're not.
But if you had to, you think you could probably beat one? Not now, but when you were young, you could have beat one up, right?
I swam with one. I have a picture. I'll send it to you tonight. I could fight a dolphin.
So 2nd and 3, the penalty moves the ball back to the 30-yard line. So the 4th penalty on Ramona.
Because I'm great in water. I'm like, remember Manimal?
I do remember Manimal.
Pete Duffy, right?
Patrick Duffy.
Patrick Duffy, that's right. Pete Duffy was football coach.
Yeah, Rancho Verde. Here's the give. Tolbert. Ash has him around the waist, pulls him down just short of the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's...
Oh, no, they're going to say he got the first down.
Wow. That was
so
a gift.
Tolbert pulling defenders with him, but when you do that tough money, get a look at Benji Matthews there. The defense for Poly, under 3 minutes to play here in the first half, 7-3. It's been a tight one between Ramona and the Bears. Solar Series rivalry. Shiner, play action, looking to throw. Fling to the outside, incomplete.
That's great defense.
Mata in and out of his hands. Matthew Padilla on the defense.
Yeah, Padilla really was playing smart. He just put his hands, just put it right in front. Not a lot of what do they say? Not a lot of physicality. I hate that word, by the way.
No, good technique. That's just good technique there.
Watch this.
Esch trying to bring some pressure. Shiner lets it go, and then they just hawking the ball. Second down and 10. Line the 26 for the Bears. Shiner. And spying him is Matthews. He'll pull him down at the 25-yard line. So give a yard to Shiner, and the clock continues to move towards 2 minutes. Third down upcoming.
3rd and 9.
Brian Romero, the big man in the middle there for Poly. Look at Shiner and Sincere Tolbert. Tolbert has already toted the ball 12 times on the evening. 3rd and 9.
9.
Ken Mashinsky going through a series of signs for his quarterback. We're under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Trips to the far side. Delayed handoff to Sincere Tolbert. And Tolbert inside the 20. He's pulled down there, had him around the ankles. Did Ryan Sanchez.
This is going to be like 4th and 3. And they're going to bring out the kick team.
Jose Martinez, the Moonlighter. He's a lineman and he's a kicker. Esch had the first, Esch had the first contact. Sanchez was just down there taking up space. And Garrett Esch, what a job he's done. Timeout called by Jerron Gilbert and Poly.
Trying to freeze him up.
They'll stop the clock with 1:16 to play.
How many more do they have? Do they have one more after this, or is that the last one?
I want to say they have one more.
Yeah, see, I would call another one right away.
It's not basketball, Jeff.
You can still do it.
I think they want to get the ball back, maybe try to score something.
Yeah, it's all 1:16. Pull out the old Jeff bag of tricks.
There he is, Ken Mashinsky and his son Nathan Johnson, the state championship head coach. 100 career wins for Mashinsky. There's Jerron Gilbert. He's the head man for Poly. Second year. In his first year, took them to a CIF final. What does he do for an encore?
Win the world championship.
All right. I know your thoughts on that, Jeff. Your thoughts are very interesting on that. You coached for a long time. 37-yard attempt for Martinez. This would be a season long for him. He's hit from 34.
He's money. Oh.
And just wide. So Martinez misses the kick, leaving a 1:16. Well, now they're running the clock. I don't understand why they're running the clock here. The clock should be stopped, and the officials don't know what's going on. They've run 16 seconds off the clock.
Wow.
There should be a 1:16. I mean, I don't want to outright accuse somebody of skullduggery, but the field goal is missed. The clock should stop.
There's some shenanigans.
Shenanigans, though, I think is just kind of fun, accidental.
Okay, this would be nefarious.
It would be nefarious. Yeah. So from the 20, it's a 1st and 10. Running the 2-minute offense. Aguilar back to throw. He's got some pressure. Just trying to get rid of it. Out of the tackle box, incomplete. Second down coming up.
I didn't get a chance to say hello to my friend Frank Berber, Coach Chunkless, before the game. Maybe I saw him, but he's so skinny now. He had that heart surgery, and now he looks like he could be a swimsuit model. It's like fit. It's looking good.
2nd and 10 from the 20. Aguilar to throw to the outside. Henry trying to get to the sideline, and he's taken down. They're going to keep the clock moving. Making the tackle for Ramona was James Norton. I'm sorry, that was Bacha, not Henry. Clock moving. Got a 3-yard pickup on the play. Aguilar out of the backfield. Complete to Cruz Davis. He will get out of bounds. Up near the 30, about the 28-yard line.
And that was a close one. That could have been called. That was out of bounds when he got taken out.
5 yards on the play.
27.7 seconds left. So we're going to have halftime and homecoming queen and king and the court and the jesters.
Yeah, I don't think either of us would have been kings and queens, but if they had Jackson Jokers, we would have been right there, man. I want to be the homecoming joker. 27 and 7/10 of a second to play, and then some movement in the backfield will be another penalty. 7th penalty on Poly. Steve Pollard there will call the false start. And Poly probably better than their record, Jeff. They're 1-2 right now. If you remember last year, they got off to a 1-6 start, ended up getting to the CIF final in Division 11 as the punt team comes on for the Bears. 4th and 5. So Long stands at the 12. Jordan Daniel waiting at the 40-yard line of Ramona.
I don't think we're going to see a fake here.
Remember, Ramona has 3 timeouts, and depending on the field position, there's a line drive kick. They let it bounce. You know how I feel about that.
And I picked that up.
Down and inside the 39, about the 38-yard line. So a 37-yard kick, no return. 12 seconds run off. And although Ramona has, I think they have 2 timeouts left.
We got 15 seconds left.
So let's see what they try to do here. They can call a couple of timeouts. With a 39-yard line, well, they maybe try to get another field goal attempt for Martinez. (7-3) Ramona. Score is coming 2:41 of the first quarter. Shiner with a 3-yard touchdown run, culminating a 55-yard drive, and then 9:30 of the second quarter, a 34-yard field goal for Poly from Maddox Long. Give to Tolbert. Tolbert still fighting, and down he goes. Meacham cleans it up. I think Michael Gaines Jr. had him from down around the ankles, and about a 3-yard pickup for Tolbert. They'll call timeout with 6.2 seconds remaining in the first half.
Do you think some trickery will be?
They do like to do that, don't they?
Didn't they try to do the hook and ladder last week?
I want to say that was King.
Was that King?
I want to say that was McMains. Yeah.
McMains!
Yeah.
Boy, McMains took a beating last night.
And you've had a chance to talk to Coach, have you not?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Marietta Valley team. That was good. That battle station is fully operational.
Man, and everybody I was talking to today said, can they beat Centennial? I said, if you have Bear Bachmeyer, I think it's a solid possibility, but I wouldn't put it past him. You look at, everybody on that line was enormous and athletic.
Yeah. So 4 minutes left in the second quarter over at Alvord. 14-7, Granite Hills leads Norte Vista.
Holy cow.
I think your buddy's just playing possum.
It is homecoming. You can't lose at homecoming.
Yeah, they'll put up 35 in the second half. 6 2/10 of a second to play here at Ramona High School. Have they named this stadium after somebody? They should.
This one?
Yeah.
No. I don't know who you'd name it after.
Your dad taught here, right?
No, he coached here.
Okay.
He taught in Alvord his whole career, but did coach here. No, the football stadium? I don't know who you would.
Myron Miller.
No.
Did he win a championship here?
So did Don Markham.
Don Markham Stadium, would that work?
No.
Eric Schau Memorial Stadium.
No.
Why not? He pitched in the big leagues.
No.
John Macy.
Maybe the gym, not the football stadium. Football stadium, maybe Orst Stekovich.
Okay.
Orst Stekovich, who was here a long time.
So the flag moves it forward. Another 15-yarder against Poly. So the 8th penalty against Poly.
Yeah, that's a good question. Who you name it after? Ramona football guys. Yeah, we got our friend Dog Bite. Charlie Chastain is Chuck Chastain on the call at Norte Vista versus Granite Hills. A longtime coach at Norco. Now he's a bum, just walking the streets, teaching at Norco, not coaching. He was at was it Roosevelt last year?
Well, that's what you did, right? Didn't you leave coaching to become a broadcaster?
Yeah.
Why can't he do the same thing?
I hope he does. But he's been wandering the streets, kind of like Bill Bixby as the Hulk.
Don't make him angry.
No, you can't make
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
No, but he wanders the streets like that. He gets picked up, and so we just happened to get him on one of his times where he's in Riverside.
Look at the Poly huddle there. They trail 7-3. One last play coming up for the Rams of Ramona. Can they set it up to where they can potentially get a score here? Get a look at the Ram huddle. I think from a pace standpoint, first half you definitely have to give, although they didn't, they only put 3 points up, this pace playing more to Poly than to Ramona.
Yes, exactly. A couple big plays, though, from Ramona.
Yeah.
But
big fourth down conversion,
yes.
Big third down conversion, and the penalty difference, 45 penalty yards for Ramona, 60 for Poly. So 1st and 10 from the 43. 2 timeouts left for the Rams. I don't know that this play, they'll have time to call one after this play. Going to hand the ball off to Tolbert. And that'll be it. Tolbert dives forward to about the 30, about a 12-yard pickup, but that'll exhaust the second quarter and the first half. 7-3 Rams leading Poly in the Solar Series rivalry game. Before we go to halftime here, what are your thoughts, Jeff?
Well, I thought exactly what I thought the game would play out. Poly Ramona are playing even for the most part. Poly not getting the touchdown. Ramona on the quick score from Shiner was great, but it's been a pretty solid first half from both teams.
We talked about, hey, can Riverside Poly handle the firepower of Ramona? And thus far they have. Just 7 points on the board for Ramona, but you got to give credit to the Rams defense too. They're holding Poly to just a field goal.
They are. I mean, this has been, like I said, I think the best game we've had so far this year. I love to see, high-scoring games, but for football standpoint and local legend and lore, this is one of the better games we've had at Riverside TV.
Second half coming up. We'll step aside, and Jeff and I will have a second half of football back. It's homecoming here at Ramona. A little bit of an early start, so the homecoming festivities will take place. Once those are done, we're back with you for the second half of football. 7-3, the Rams lead Poly. We're back with more of the CIF on Riverside TV.
The City of Riverside Public Works Department provides high-quality trash and recycling services for our customers. Our convenient curbside trash collection services help promote a clean and healthy Riverside. But what do you do when you have items too big or heavy for your can? That's where our bulky item pickup service can help. Before you call for help with your bulky items, be aware that not all items are acceptable for our free curbside service. Furniture, tree trimmings that are properly bundled and no longer than 36 inches, water heaters, and other non-hazardous materials are fine for curbside pickup. Appliances containing Freon such as refrigerators, freezers, and room air conditioners may also be picked up curbside by separate appointment. Unacceptable items include hazardous waste, antifreeze, paints, filters, and tires. We also cannot pick up electronic waste such as computer monitors and televisions, or fluorescent bulbs and household batteries. Construction or demolition materials such as scrap wood, metal, concrete, doors, and drywall are also not accepted. These items may be dropped off in person for no cost at the Agua Mansa transfer station or at one of our Clean Up Riverside events. For more information and the current schedule for these drop-off events, please visit riversideca.gov/cleanupriverside or call 951-826-5311, your one-stop shop for city services. To schedule a bulky item pickup, first call your service provider for an appointment. On the day of your appointment, please make sure that your items are curbside by 5:30 a.m. You may have up to 5 items picked up at each service call. If you have an appliance containing Freon, please call the Appliance Recycling Center of America at 1-800-654-2722 for your free pickup appointment. RPU customers may even qualify for a rebate. Visit riversidepublicutilities.com for information on current residential rebate programs. To find out more about the City of Riverside Trash Services or our Clean Up Riverside events, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks. The City of Riverside Public Works Department provides high-quality trash and recycling services for our customers. Convenient curbside trash collection services promote a clean and healthy Riverside. To help us provide you with top-quality service, we ask you to follow a few key rules. When placing your trash containers for pickup, please observe the following. Place each container with at least 3 feet separation from each other and at least 6 feet from obstructions such as parked cars, fire hydrants, mailboxes, and trees. Your bin should be placed at the curb no later than 5:30 a.m. on your collection day with the arrow on the lid pointed toward the street to ensure your bins get emptied. If you are experiencing issues with your trash collection, or perhaps need a replacement for a damaged trash bin, please contact our customer service call center by using the 311 app or website, or by dialing 951-826-5311 to reach one of our customer service representatives. And for more information about trash services, recycling, or bulky items, visit the Public Works website at riversideca.gov/publicworks.
Live local. Help support your favorite businesses with the Shop Riverside Community Card. With over 200 Riverside businesses giving exclusive discounts and offers to community cardholders, there's something for everyone. Participating organizations sell these cards for only $15 each, with $10 going straight back to the organization itself, making the Shop Riverside Community Card a fantastic way to support your favorite local group. For more information about the Shop Riverside Community Card and to find participating businesses, please visit shopriversidenow.com. And don't forget to live local. Shop Riverside.
I'm Cheech Marin, and we're inviting you to reserve your spot for the inaugural showing of Cheech Collects. So get your tickets today. We're looking for you.
The Riverside Libraries have new hours and are now open on Sundays. Now you'll have more time to explore, study, and learn about the things that matter to you the most. The new hours for Arlington, Arlanza, Marcy, La Sierra, Orange Terrace, Eastside, and Casablanca libraries are Tuesday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., while the Downtown Main Library is open Tuesday to Thursday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Friday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. To find out more information about the new hours along with events and programs at the library nearest to you, visit riversideca.gov/library.
The City of Riverside Public Works Department provides high-quality trash and recycling services for our customers. Convenient curbside trash collection services promote a clean and healthy Riverside. To help us provide you with top-quality service, we ask you to follow a few key rules. There are 3 different containers for your trash. The blue bin is for recyclables and should only be used for clean recyclable materials such as aluminum cans, cardboard, glass bottles, plastics, and styrofoam. The old brown bin, or new bin with gray lid, is for standard household trash and items not suitable for the other bins, such as animal waste, cactus, palm fronds, soil products, and other waste. The green barrel is for your grass clippings, leaves, weeds, and other plant materials, excluding palm fronds, cactus, and yucca. And please remember not to use any of the containers for heavy construction waste such as concrete. For a complete guide to sorting your trash, please visit riversideca.gov/publicworks.
Hi, welcome to the Riverside Energy Resource Center. I'm Chuck Casey, the Utility Generation Manager. The Riverside Energy Resource Center consists of 4 large generators. They're 50 megawatts each. They're vital during summer peak periods and year-round when we need the power. Each year, we get special permission to take a preventive maintenance outage. We found a piece of metal missing from a rotating blade, which caused some subsequent damage, and it was prudent maintenance practices to repair that damage before we operated again. In the summer peak period, that can be very important. That power would have to be replaced with some other power, possibly external to the city or from a different source, likely sometimes not available at all. Doing this preventive maintenance paid off. We found the problem, we all worked together to get the unit removed, up to the repair facility, and back while power demands were low, so they can run their air conditioners and charge their electric vehicles. The Riverside Energy Resource Center has become more and more important each year. As we add more homes and more air conditioning load, more commercial industrial properties, having this large power plant within the boundaries of our electric system allows us to start the plant up during those peak demands to help the customers and greatly increase Riverside Public Utilities' reliability.
The Riverside City Clerk's Office's mission is to enhance community trust and promote equitable public services by providing accessible and efficient legislative support, digital services, and city records to residents, city council, city staff, and business partners. We prioritize fiscal responsibility and adapt innovative services to meet the ever-changing needs of the community. We strive to provide residents and businesses with responsive and optimal services. So what does that all mean? Our lean and high-performing team is divided among 3 important functions: legislative, administrative support, and resident services. Besides working as a partner with every city department, the City Clerk's Office is responsible for many public-facing duties such as our passport acceptance facility. The passport team averages over 6,000 applications processed annually, making us the most widely used and highest-performing passport facility in the region. As the keepers of the city's legislative historical record, we are the go-to office for public information requests. On average, our office fulfills over 1,600 requests a year with a 3-day average response time, much faster than the 10 days required by state law. Every 10 years after the U.S. Census, the city is required to redraw its ward boundaries to ensure equal representation, and the City Clerk's Office is an integral part of that effort. In 2022 and 23, we hosted and attended 40 community meetings to gather input from our residents on how we should reshape Riverside. Visit ReshapeRiverside.com to find out more about this process and to learn about Riverside's new ward boundaries. The City Clerk's Office is also responsible for municipal elections, as well as the onboarding and swearing in of all newly elected council members and newly appointed board and commission members. Our office processes all applications for new members and provides annual training for the city's legislative bodies. We provide staff and legislative support for 8 of the city's 18 boards and commissions. The City Clerk's Office also provides agenda processing for City Council and committees, as well as the boards and commissions that we support, averaging over 200 agendas processed per year. As the City of Riverside's filing officer, the City Clerk is responsible for processing financial disclosure forms for public officials as well as routing contracts for execution. All this work would not be possible without our dedicated team. City clerks truly are the grease that keep the wheels of municipal government turning, and our office is here to support Riverside's residents by ensuring that the decision-making process is transparent to the public, complies with federal, state, and local regulations, and is properly recorded. If you have a public records request, want to know more about the city's legislative history, or have an interest in running for public office, the Riverside City Clerks team is here for you. To find out more, please visit riversideca.gov/cityclerk.
So today we're standing here in front of the Grandmother's Mural, and this is a mural done by an artist named Denise Silva, who is a fantastic artist in our community. And we found this mural when she submitted it for another proposal. And when we, the staff saw it, we said this has to go up somewhere in Riverside.
So I was a little intimidated by the, just setting in a concept, but I thought this is something that I really wanted to do, and actually I just felt really called to submit it. I had become a grandmother, and the way the universe works, it sent this quote in my direction, and it was, "When the grandmothers from the four directions speak, a new time is coming." So the four directions are represented by the image of the four grandmothers: Tongva, people of the earth; Liseño, people of the west; Cahuilla, people of the desert; and Serrano, people of the pines.
When the four grandmothers get together, the folklore is that it's winds of change. And what we have done is, so that there is representation all throughout the community, is we have a grandmother at 4 different libraries throughout the community. And so they're all 4 different locations, but they come together here at the main library. And this main library was a big change for the community from what we had before to what we are now.
Our elders, and them being, people that have given us love, that have protected us, have given us safe spaces. I would love for the community to feel that, because that was an intention that I really put into the work. I really wanted to give our indigenous people of the area, I wanted to give them some representation. I wanted to honor them. I wanted to uplift them. They're a reflection of my own ancestors. They're a reflection of my mother and my grandmothers. And I just hope that other people, especially indigenous people and people of color, see themselves in the art, and they feel seen and they feel honored.
This was the dedication ceremony for Mogollon Village 10 transitional living cottages that will be available for those who have recently been homeless, that are either living in a shelter or a halfway home or something along those lines, that are ready for the next step, but maybe not exactly fully ready to be 100% independent yet.
Well, this is one piece and one of a myriad of solutions that we need to address homelessness in our city. So this housing will support some of the most vulnerable people on our streets. We need more of it, and housing at all different levels of support. So we have to start somewhere, and this is a really awesome start.
The city has a dedicated case manager that will be providing the support for the residents here. And then we also partner with Riverside Housing Development Corporation, who will be the property manager, and they will be making sure that the property is well maintained and making sure everybody's adhering to their lease.
We're talking about people that will come in here probably with nothing, and so they have nothing to furnish with. So our agreement with the City Housing Authority is that we would work at furnishing these homes by leveraging Habitat's relationships with some of our local retailers. Habitat for Humanity's model is built around having volunteer work as the labor to keep the costs down for the project. Finally getting to this spot to where we are very close to having these residents move in.
It's just so beautiful. I think this has beautified the neighborhood in a way that we were expecting, but to see it come to life like this, it's just a great day.
Mulberry Village is a really important, I think, demonstration of the types of diverse housing that we need. We need emergency shelter for people who need to get into a bed at night. We need stable housing to help people get in and stay long term. But we also need what we call transitional housing, which is here. I think we're going to see this as a successful model that we will be able to replicate elsewhere. The public is eager to see this type of thing. Our community wants to see the suffering on our streets stop. And this is one way, and a big way, that we can help them.
The City of Riverside is pleased to announce a new innovative downtown parking program called Parking Your Way, designed to offer more convenient, accessible, and up to 90 minutes free parking in aggregate each day. Parking Your Way will utilize a web app where patrons can select 30 minutes of free parking in a metered on-street space and or 60 minutes free in either a public parking lot or public parking garage. Patrons can conveniently pay and extend their parking needs as well through the web app. Parking Your Way will benefit the Riverside community by enhancing the downtown parking experience, leading to improved quality of life and encouraging patrons to frequent downtown establishments. The web app can be used to select free parking options, pay for parking, and extended parking sessions right from your smartphone. To illustrate how easy the web app is to use, let's demonstrate how a patron would pay for parking in downtown Riverside once they arrive to their parking destination. First, I locate a QR code in the area I'm parking at. I use the camera on my smartphone to scan the QR code. The QR code redirects my smartphone to a web page where I can then enter in my cell phone number. Once done, click Proceed. I'm now able to see the different dates and length of time options in that area. I choose to park my car for about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I enter in my license plate number. Once completed, I then click Continue. The web app now leads me to a payment page where I enter my credit card information. When done, click Authorize Card. The parking session has now begun. I will receive a text message with the session info. I'm now able to see the parking session, the duration for which I have parked, and the payment that I have authorized for. If you frequent downtown Riverside, it may be best to download the web app and create an account so you don't have to enter all the information each time you park. Parking in downtown Riverside just became easier. This concludes the City of Riverside's parking web app demonstration. Thank you so much.
Are you getting ready for your next adventure? The City of Riverside has got you covered. Our passport acceptance facility is open and ready to help you with getting your U.S. passport. Located at 3025 Madison Street in the Public Utilities Customer Resource Center, we're available to assist you by appointment Monday through Friday. Booking your appointment is easy. Just head to www.riversideca.gov/cityclerk/passport to schedule. And don't forget to check back frequently for updates on appointment availability due to cancellations. We can't wait to help you get one step closer to your next travel destination. To apply for a U.S. passport, first check out our helpful checklist. Then head over to travel.state.gov, the official website of the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Consular Affairs. You'll find all the information you need, including the application forms and instructions, acceptable forms of identification, passport fees, and processing times. Don't forget to complete Form DS-11 before your appointment and bring evidence of U.S. citizenship, a government-issued photo ID, and a 2x2-inch passport photo, or have our friendly staff take one for you. If your passport has been lost or stolen and you are applying for a replacement, you must also fill out Form DS-64 and bring it with you to your appointment if you haven't already reported it missing online or by mail. If you're under 16, you'll need to appear with both parents or legal guardians, and if you're aged 16 to 17, you'll need to appear with at least one parent or legal guardian. If you already have a valid passport and are eligible for renewal, you can only do that by mail, but the Passport Acceptance Facility will be more than happy to review your application at no cost. To find out if you are eligible to renew and begin the process, please visit the U.S. Department of State's website. Once you've gathered all the necessary documents, head to our acceptance facility at your appointment time and pay the required fees. There are two separate payments required: the passport fee, payable by check or money order, to the Department of State, and processing fees, payable to the City of Riverside by cash, check, or money order. Look over our handy passport checklist for the list of fees, and remember to thoroughly review the confirmation email we send you before your appointment date. Keep in mind that the application process can take several weeks, so it's best to apply well in advance of your travel plans. For appointments and information, visit riversideca.gov/cityclerk/passport. Good luck and happy travels!
Welcome back to the home of the state champions, Ramona High School. Alongside Ramona Hall of Famer Jeffrey Gorham, my name's Ghazal Hassan. I'm with you. 7-3, kind of not what we expected here, but we talked about it from a pace standpoint. Definitely favoring Poly. Unfortunately, the score favoring Ramona if you're a Poly fan.
No, I'll tell you what, Ramona did what they had to do. Both teams played smart football. Penalties did cost Poly, a little bit in that first half. And we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Whoever makes the least mistakes in a close game like this usually will come away with it. And so far, Ramona has made the less mistakes.
Yeah, 8 penalties against Poly for 60 yards, 4 penalties against the Rams for 45 yards, 66 yards of offense in the first half for Poly, 105 yards in the first half for Ramona. And so not a lot of offensive fireworks on either team, and that's a good job done by Poly to kind of hold down this Ramona offense, but they got to get something going on the offensive side as well. Let's see what they figure out.
And that's been kind of the heel for Poly. They haven't scored in bunches. They can score. They've got a great little running back, and Michael Gaines Jr. has yet to get in that defensive stance to get maybe a takeaway here for the touchdown.
I thought they had a fumble, but it was blown dead, and McAllister kicks it away.
Home alone?
Over Hardens had the touchback, comes out, and does a nice job. He was out warming up before the game, and so we'll see. Adjustments to be made here in the second half.
Exciting football game here. I'll tell you what, great atmosphere. I was just walking around down at halftime.
Two scores from the first half. Shiner with the fake to Sims. He takes it in himself. That came at 2:41 of the first quarter. At 9:30 of the second quarter, the 34-yard field goal by Maddox Long, and that is the sum of our ambition. Handoff. Palomares lunges forward, and down he goes. Troy Long with the tackle. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And just the 5th carry by Nick Palomares.
And Palomares is that guy that can get you some yards. But look to see if they go to those big receivers here and test Ramona here in the second half. They didn't do much of it in the first. They threw a lot in the flat and a lot in space. Let's see if they try to go over the top here.
So Wales to the near side, Henry to the far side, far slot, Bacha. Give to Palomares, leading the way is Benji Matthews, but to no avail. Barrios comes in and makes the tackle, a nominal gain for Palomares. 3rd and 8 coming up. And again, we never give enough credit to the defense of Ramona. Gabe Guzman, 3rd-year defensive coordinator, and we always talk about, hey, they're really fundamentally sound. They've done a very good job here this evening.
Yeah, they've done a great job. I mean, we always talk about the guys that can make tackles, but their frontline guys have been stalwart for the last few years here on this Ken Mashinsky team.
Trips to the near side. Play action. Aguilar looking to throw, and Luis Mena says hello. Davion Higgins was there as well. Mena makes the play back to the 16. A 4-yard loss for Aguilar. And with 10:30 to play in the third quarter, it'll be the punt team coming out for Ramona. Kind of got through Matthews, and Higgins got there, but Mena makes the play, and the punt team coming out. It'll be good field position. Daniel arranging himself at about the 43-yard line of Ramona. Let's see what Maddox Long can do. Long, the junior. Actually played quarterback in this game last year. Got in the game late, threw for 77 yards. Long with the punt. Some contact from Mena there. I don't see a flag as of yet, but
yeah, there's 2 of them.
The punt's going to roll down inside the 35 to about the 31-yard line. So a 47-yard kick, no return. Let's sort out the flags.
And this is going to be rough on the kicker, and he is hurt.
So if that's the 15-yard one, that's going to be a first down for Poly. And Long, you hate to see that.
It looked like he hurt his leg when he kicked it. If I'm a betting man.
So we did see Mena kind of come over the top, and now he's back to his feet. He looks to be okay.
Is he a soccer player is the question.
So they'll move the ball up. The ball will move up to the 32-yard line. A 15-yard penalty on Ramona. Their first penalty, you mentioned in the first half, they were flagged 4 times for 45 yards. And a break for Poly. Can they capitalize? Their offense will come back out there.
And I will say this, you call a lot of football, or soccer, I should say,
yeah,
kickball. But there's an aura about getting hurt as a soccer player. You could sell it. I wonder if he was selling it a bit. Because he did get up pretty good. So I'm glad that Maddox is fine. But he might have sold it as a soccer guy.
1st and 10 from the 32, and the option. And a little bit of a change at quarterback. He'll pound up to midfield, a 17-yard pickup on the play. Marjok Gustafson.
Gustafson
makes the play.
Marjok.
So 17-yard run for Gustafson.
Just a sophomore.
They like him a lot. A little bit of a change of pace.
Oh, Marjok!
And they were caught a little bit by surprise. He got to the second level near midfield.
Do not give it to Marjok. Again, Marjok, big fella.
So Wales split out to the near side. Batcha and Henry up top. Michael Gaines Jr. also in there. Empty backfield. Now here comes Matthews. In essence, lined up as the tight end. Marjok looking down the field one-on-one. Incomplete. Batcha was running down the field with Olawuyi.
Marjok threw that pretty good.
Flag on the play.
But he threw that, without any effort. Hey, North taking the lead. Winning for the first time this year, I believe. 21-14. Who are they playing? Was it Redlands?
Yeah, Redlands.
Rev.
Oh, Rev. So let's see what the penalty is here. Steve Pollard will explain it to us. He's the white hat. That's going to be against Ramona.
Yeah, it's going to be a pass interference.
Wow. So you'll move the ball to the 36-yard line. Second 15-yarder already. 8:34 to play in the third quarter. Second 15-yard penalty. So now for the game, 6 penalties against the Rams for a total of 75 yards. We already said in the first half, 8 penalties on Poly for 60 yards. A couple of those were they jumped offside on defense with the cadence of Cody Shiner. From the 36, it's a 1st and 10. Gustafson with the handoff to Gaines. Michael Gaines Jr. bounces off the first tackle, and he'll go down at the 35-yard line, so maybe a yard on the play for Gaines Jr. He is a stalwart on defense, playing a little offense today. We saw him get into the game last week on offense as well.
Yes, we did. Made a couple plays.
Always good to chat with his father. Father is an assistant coach under Jerron Gilbert. His brother played for your buddy Ken Batdorf.
Yeah, his dad was on Ken's staff for a number of years. But his family, the kids go to Poly. He's got a great daughter who's the fastest track runner in the state of California.
Gustafson rolling, throwing the ball down the field, incomplete. Intended for Michael Gaines Jr. on the coverage. Aki Artiega for Ramona. 3rd down.
Gustafson, I like this guy. This is the first time we've seen him at quarterback.
Yeah. They like him, according to Coach Jerron Gilbert, he's got a good future. They said, listen, Victor's our quarterback, but we want to get him involved. He'll get some reps at the right times. We want to see what he's doing. And, hey, your offense a little bit stuck in the mud. Give it a change of pace. So Gaines in the far slot, split out to the far side, Henry. Wales to the near side, and the near slot, Batcha. And here's the fake, and Gustafson keeps it, pounds up, and gets the first down. He's inside the 25.
Marjok!
So Gustafson with a 13-yard gain. They'll wind the clock.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, Marjok Gustafson.
That's a
sophomore.
That's a great name. Sounds like a bad guy in a space movie. The evil Marjok.
I was going to say it sounds like a kind of a confused guy in a Bergman movie. But 1st and 10. Line at the 24. Gustafson has orchestrated this drive. He'll keep it himself. Left side, he's got some space. Finally upended by Olawuyi at about the 20.
Olawuyi.
Still 4 yards.
Olawuyi versus Marchak. All right, last time I can say that. It just sounds great. He's fun to watch.
Under 7 minutes to play third quarter. Clock continues to move. Another look at it. Running on that left side. Now they've kind of reversed Andre Johnson and Ryder Calderon. Well, I guess, Johnson still playing that guard position. Left tackle is Marco Morales. 2nd and 6 from the 20 of Ramona. Rolling right, Gustafson. Bringing him down, Davion Higgins. He'll get up to about the 16, so close to a first down. They need to get over it all. They'll mark it back to the 17 now, so a 3-yard pickup.
3rd and 3, 6:10 left here in the third quarter.
3 carries for 20 yards on this drive by Marja Gustafson. And Higgins coming in and making the play. They like him a lot. Higgins, just a sophomore, playing for Ken Mashinsky's defense, and a big 3rd down coming up.
Getting me all excited. We got the pep rally coming up here at 11 p.m. I'm going to start drinking my coffee, get ready, so we can have the greatest show in the world.
Gaines split out on the far side, Henry. Wales, near slot, Bacha. Gustafson will take it himself. He's upended, but not before he gets the first down. Artiega on the tackle, but he crossed the 15. So they'll mark him just in front of the marker. He'll have the first down. So coming and doing his best J.C. Watts impression. Marja Gustafson.
Marchak's built like Byron Leftwich.
Listed at 6'1", 210. So we near 5 minutes to play third quarter, 7-3 Ramona. Poly took the second half kickoff and moving down. Punted it away, but then a penalty gave the Bears the ball back. Gustafson. Here comes Barrios. Gets away from that. Throws it to the outside. It's intercepted. Intercepted. Did he stay in bounds? He did. Jordan Daniel with the pick. Well, Jeff, you talk about mistakes. How about big plays? How many times have we seen this young man make a play at a big time? Here comes the blitz. Gustafson gets away from Barrios, trying to throw it away, and look at Daniel just making the play.
And that was just the blitz itself really caused that turnover.
3rd pick of the year as they dial up the pressure from the 10-yard line. And they'll hand the ball off to Sincere Tolbert. And Sincere Tolbert thundering up to the 20-yard line, just short of the first down.
Hey, did you see Sincere Tolbert was the homecoming king?
Yeah. Tolbert in the first half, 15 carries, 72 yards. Did his homecoming duty at the half here. Was he the king or was just one of the court?
He won it.
He won it. Okay.
Won the whole shebang.
Sims in the far slot. Mata split out to the near side. They'll give the ball right to Tolbert into the teeth of the defense, and he'll be held back there. Harden had his nose around the football, and then his buddies showed up to help out. Also in on the tackle, Jace Bahina, junior linebacker. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage for Tolbert, but the clock continuing to move. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter, and that hurts him. See, Harden grabs hold, and Bahina comes in and helps out. 3rd down and 2 coming up.
Right at 3:30 left here in the third.
Shiner trying to work the cadence yet again, but good job by Poly standing strong, holding their positions. Shiner with the delayed handoff, and Tolbert's going to be short. I think Bahena was the first man to him. And then coming in and cleaning it up was that man, Benji Matthews. 4th down. And this is what we talked about. There's Bahena with the first shot. And then Matthews cleans it up. And, Jerron Gilbert's defense is always going to keep his team in the game. They've done so today.
Oh, they've done a great job. They just haven't scored the football. That's the only thing that Poly hasn't done.
Big spot here for Kellen McAllister. Can he get them a little field position? Gaines going to let it bounce. He'll scoop it up at about the 47-yard line, and he gets away. Gaines around the left side. He's got some room, and he's upended. I think Barrios there with the big hit at about the 15-yard line.
A huge hit on that sideline.
So a 34-yard kick, the return to the 15, about 38 yards. They had an opportunity. Olawuyi had an opportunity to bring him down, and once he was up to full speed, Gaines was going to go as far as he could. And I was sincere. Tolbert with the hit. Tolbert finishing it off. So Poly in good field position to the 15-yard line. Almost right back to where they were when the turnover occurred. Officially, the 16, Aguilar back at the controls for the Bears. Option, shovel pass. Devontae Cruz-Davis inside the 10. Completion down to the 8-yard line, 2nd and 2 coming up.
2 minutes.
6 completion in 10 attempts.
2 minutes and 21 seconds left here in the third. It makes it about a 2nd and 4.
Mark it to the 9. Abacha and Henry stacked to the top of the formation. Give to Palomares right up the middle. Still on his feet down at the 5.
That should give him a first down here if they spot it, and they do.
So first down on the play. Getting up from the bottom of the pile for Ramona was Joel Nunez. So first and goal from the 5. Here we go. Under 2 minutes to play third quarter. We still got a quarter to go.
This is a lot of fun. Great game tonight.
Aguilar to Palomares. And again, right into the teeth of the Ramona defense. Maybe 2. Maybe gets down to the 3-yard line. Nice push by the offensive line. Angel Murillo there for Ramona, among others. 2nd and goal.
1:20 left here.
They're going to throw to the outside. Oh, they're through to the inside. Incomplete. I thought they were going to Wales. They had Bacha wide open, and they couldn't connect. 3rd down. I'm watching Josh Dominguez Wales. He was at the pylon. There was coverage there, and Jordan Daniel was there, which is probably why they didn't throw it out there.
Yeah, he was wide open. They just hurried this play. He had a little bit of time. Just overthrown. Good offensive call there by the Bears.
3rd down. Palomares bumps into his own man, but no problem. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Palomares. And the punt return from Michael Gaines Jr. sets up the go-ahead touchdown for the Bears.
And what a great drive here by Poly. They have really held the ball here the entire third quarter for the most part.
It's what happened to the Rams last week as well at Rancho Mirage. Ken Mashinsky said they ran one play in the third quarter. Fortunately for the Rams, it was for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Poly, if you look at this entire quarter, I want to say they have the ball at least 10 minutes.
I think, Ramona had it for 3 plays because it was 3 and out. The PAT is up, and it's good, and it's 10-7. So with 1:05 to play in the third quarter, the Poly Bears take the lead, trying to end the 6-game losing streak in the Solar Series. 15-yard drive, took 5 plays.
1:05 left to go here.
Here's the big play.
Gaines, we talked about him all. I mean, you can't kick. I mean, he always goes after the football.
And Sincere Tolbert making the hit. And then watch him, kind of bumps into his own lineman, Andre Johnson, and just eludes Artiega for the touchdown. Palomares finally into the end zone. And we talked about last week, special teams was the difference for King as they knock off Poly. Big special teams play by Michael Gaines Jr. sets up the touchdown for the Bears to take the lead here. And now it's going to be on the defense of Jerron Gilbert and Poly. Paul Robles calling the plays for the defense on the Poly side. He's a Ramona guy, apparently.
Yes, he is. How dare he?
Daniel lets it bounce for the touchback. So still 1:05 to play in the third quarter. The Ramona offense will come out. Start from the 20. It's okay. We got a clock now. We have a clock there, Jeff.
That's amazing.
Technology at its finest. That's why Riverside TV has an award-winning crew. They know how to get things done. No clock, no problem. 1st and 10. Tolbert finds the hole, but then pulled down, maybe back to the 20-yard line. Bahena gets there.
Hey, they're handing out cowbells down there. Ramona cowbells.
Is Will Ferrell anywhere around?
Not
Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken. Well, I used to be able to do a great Christopher Walken impression.
Well, Jeff, you have to understand. So they gave him a yard on the carry, moved to the 21-yard line. 2nd down. Rolling right. Shiner loads down the field, looking for Troy Long, incomplete. Combining on the coverage, Michael Gaines Jr. down the field, along with Jaden Meacham. 3rd down. 22 9/10 of a second to play here in the third quarter. Plenty of time left, but Poly with the lead now.
Yeah, Poly really has taken Sincere Tolbert out of the game for what he has run for. How many yards?
Well, in the second half, he's only got 10 yards on 4 carries. He did have 72 on 15, but they're making him work. You're correct.
They are. I mean, they're putting a spy on him everywhere. I'm watching the defense. They know where Tolbert is at all times.
Shiner back. Pressure. Shiner gets away. And making the play, bumping him out of bounds. We'll get maybe back to the 19, so he'll lose a yard on the play. I think that was Harden. Yes, it was. That's Devin Harden. He was spying the quarterback on the play.
And you watch this. They really, Benji Matthews almost got Shiner. Look at that. He was angry. He missed him. But Shiner had him move.
They'll bump him out of bounds about 2 yards short of the first down. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. So 10-7 Poly. I guess Ken Mashinsky punts it away here, correct?
Yes.
Too early to take any kind of crazy chances. Just want to update you. So, dark week next week. No high school game next Friday. We will have the RCC game on Saturday. But look at this lineup coming up, Jeff. Week 6, UNI, Arlington Hillcrest. How about that one?
That's a good one.
Week 7, you think this is exciting? Ramona Novi. How about that one?
Oh, that's juicy.
Week 8, we got Poly again against Hillcrest. So those are 3 action-packed games, 2 Sunbelt League games, and then 1 River Valley League game, and they're all going to have playoff implications.
It's going to be fun.
And then, of course, Week 9, I believe it's Murrieta Mesa and King will go to the old land of the Big 8, which is now the Big West lower.
But I believe we will still have the pep rally next week.
Okay, good.
So we are going to have a form of the pep rally because a lot of teams are playing outside of the area. So we will have those highlights. But I believe we're going to have some coaches in studio.
Michael Gaines Jr. back at the 35-yard line of Poly as Kellen McAllister will punt it away. High snap, and he'll kick it away from Gaines. The ball will bounce at midfield and take a Poly bounce. It'll roll dead at about the 48-yard line. So a 24-yard kick, no return. Good field position for the Bears. You know who's happy right now?
Who's happy right now?
Marsha Brady. Do you know who she wants to win?
The Bears.
The Bears. Yeah. I don't think it's the Poly Bears, but
was that FFFILLL?
That was the different one. No, it's 1-2. Tell me who are you? The Bears.
The Bears.
When she's trying out to be the head cheerleader, and her brother is on the committee, but he's dating the other girl.
Yeah, and he's laughing at his sister.
Yeah. Although to be fair, they're not. They're sisters by intermarriage, right? Because she had 3 girls and he had 3 boys.
All hairs of gold.
Like their mother, the youngest one in curls. Yeah. So they marked it officially at the 49-yard line of Poly, so 51 yards to the end zone.
They knew it was much more than a hunch.
Yeah, much more.
Much more. And it grew?
Yeah. Now because you don't have a blended family. I was going to say, you probably understand that more than most people.
I should, though. I should blend another family. I love kids.
1st and 10 from the 49. Palomares into the middle. Barrios grabs him and then finally running him down. Damian Arteaga there.
You know how I could do that? Did you ever watch that show, Sister Wives?
I do not. I have not. I'll be honest with you.
You've never heard of it?
I know it. I have heard of it.
Yeah.
Utah, right?
Yeah,
it's about Utah.
I'm going to move in Utah, and, man, I could have a bunch of, football players.
2nd and 5 for Poly. 47 of Ramona. 4th quarter here. Solar Series rivalry. Play action. Aguilar rolling. Higgins chasing. 1st down, Poly. Steps out of bounds inside the 40. 9 more yards for Victor Aguilar. There's Ted Telemack. Calls the plays for the offense for Jerron Gilbert. Having a word with his quarterback. And there's Higgins, and Aguilar just eludes him.
Telemack. I always think of Tillamook.
I love their ice cream and their cheese.
I've been to the factory. Been there.
1st and 10 from the 37. The give to Palomares runs right into Barrios. 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up. Clock moving. Where is the factory?
Up in Oregon.
Oh, it's on the West Coast. All right.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
It took forever. I'm telling you right now, it was more crowded than Disneyland. It was huge, but you did get a lot of free samples. And then we waited. Fast Johnny was little, and he threw a fit in the restaurant. I had to take him outside.
So Gustafson back in. Quarterback switch.
Marjock
for Poly. Gustafson at the controls. 2nd and 8. And the ball gets past Gustafson. Picks it up, flings it down the field, incomplete. 3rd down coming up.
Marjock is walking gingerly. It looks like he's going to have to come out of the game after one throw.
Gustafson kind of breathed some life into Poly, although he did end up throwing the pick.
Yeah, he looks like he hurt his ankle here. Let's see where he hurts it. I don't know if he...
On the way, he kind of jump throw on the way down as the ball kind of skittered away harmlessly. So 3rd down coming up. The middle of that line, and that's Santiago Arteaga and Davion Higgins, 2 young guys that both be back next year. Well, Lois Men will be back next year, too. Played on that state championship team last year as a sophomore. No Gavin McGowan. He's injured today. He was in street clothes down on the field earlier. He's a big leader for them on the defensive line. The senior. So they're missing a key element of their defensive front. 3rd down coming up. Aguilar back in at quarterback. Here's the play. Gets it to Matthews in space. And that'll be it. Olawuyi again. We always talk about how fundamental they are with tackling. He drops him at the 35-yard line, 4th down.
That's a tough guy to bring down. But
yeah.
Fundamental football, Ken Mashinsky.
You block, you tackle, you throw, and you catch. What's the line from Bull Durham? You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. So they're going to try a field goal. 52-yard field goal attempt for the Bears.
I love it.
Jeff's love affair with kickers continues. Oh. 52-yard attempt. Here's Maddox Long. And they're going to fake it. Can he get there? Long will be stopped short of the first down. Turn the corner, but about 5 blue shirts were waiting for him.
I'm disappointed. I wanted to see him try it.
To watch it again. Yeah, that whole left side kind of collapsed. They were kind of counting on it. But I think that was Olawuyi coming up again and making the stop. Ball over on downs to Ramona. So into the bag of tricks go the Bears. But now the ball back over to Ramona. 9-10 to play in this one. The Poly, though, still with the lead, Jeff. First and 10 from the 32. Shiner. Tipped. Complete to Dylon Tolbert. Lorenzo Sims kind of tipped that to his teammate. 8-yard pickup on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up.
Yeah, who gets the reception on that one?
Tolbert. Give it to Tolbert, but the assist to Lorenzo Sims.
Watch this. It's like a tip handoff.
And he bobbled it. 2nd down. So Sims in the trips formation to the far side. Long split out to the near side. Here's the throw. Long with the catch. He's got the first down. And then he's ridden down by Meacham.
And that play is all predicated on the head fake from Shiner. Shiner didn't even look that way. He knew exactly where his receiver was. Great heady play from Shiner. Watch this play. Boom. Quick throw.
First completion to Long, and it'll be a first down to the 45-yard line. 10-7 Poly. Can the defense hold here? Shiner at the controls for Ramona. Mata split out to the far side. Next to him are Tolbert and Sims to the near side, Troy Long. 4-man rush coming for Poly. Here's Tolbert running left. Breaks past the first wave, and now he'll finally go down over midfield. Flag comes in. So he's into Poly territory. Let's see what the flag's all about. There's Stephen Pollard. He's our white hat today.
I think we should buy white hats and just walk around and hold penalty flags in our back pocket.
Just in normal, everyday society?
Every day, yes. Anytime we see a penalty in society, we throw a flag.
It's going to be a hold, it looks like, on Ramona. So, like, somebody brings 12 items to the 10 items and less. In routes, you throw the flag. Another look here. I guess that was the hold right there.
Or somebody litters on the street, you throw a flag.
It's interesting, very interesting.
Let's do it.
I like, in my neighborhood, there's a Whole Foods. There's a Whole Foods across the street from Dunkin' Donuts. So sometimes I like to buy 12 donuts and then just walk around Whole Foods under my arm in an act of defiance.
Novi and Granite Hills tied in the third, 21 apiece.
2nd and 15 here from the 40. Shiner back. Here comes Matthews. Here's the comeback route to Long. He's got a little bit of space. Long navigating into midfield. He's onto the Poly side of the field. A 13-yard pickup there, just short of the first down. So Long second reception. 2 catches for 18 yards. Didn't play last week. Really played all defense in the first half, but now late in the game in the fourth quarter, all hands on deck. Kind of like Game 7 of a baseball series. Everybody in the bullpen knows they could go at any time.
Itching to go in.
2nd down and 2. Shiner rolling right. Throw the ball down the field. It's complete to the 25. No, incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. On the coverage was Meacham. And again, that Poly defense stepping up. 3rd and 2. Long, Tolbert, Sims. Mata split to the far side. Loading the box are the Bears. They're going to throw an incomplete. So 4th and 2 coming up. Oh. You play the field position game here with 6:24. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining.
Both teams have played great defense. So, do you got to gamble and say, hey, we're gonna put this in the hands of Poly? Poly has been able to hold the football in the third quarter. We saw about 10 minutes.
Ken Mashinsky is going to go for it.
Yes, he is. Now, I'm going to call a timeout.
Is it an injury?
Number 37. Devin Harden.
So timeout. There's Ken Mashinsky talking his offense. They're going to go out. I wonder if they'll still stay out there once order is restored. Been a tough one here. Poly with the only score here in the second half. 1:05 of the third quarter. Palomares took it in.
Yeah, I don't think that was a true timeout either. I think it was just based on Harden being on the sideline.
4th and 2. They'll throw. Shiner over the middle. It's complete for a first down. Dylon Tolbert with a clutch catch at the 41-yard line. A 6-yard pitch and catch. Sticks move up. Second clutch 4th down conversion for Cody Shiner. Third catch for Dylon Tolbert. He has 24 yards. Also has a couple of runs.
Almost in the exact same spot we saw it the first half.
Yeah, big conversion. They must see something in the middle of the field. Jack Coate makes the tackle for Poly. 1st and 10. They mark to the 41. Shiner back. He's going to go up top. He's got Long down the field. Long hand fighting, and he reels it in. First down inside the 10. Meacham and he were battling all the way down the field. The concentration by Long, and he reels it in. 1st and goal, Ramona.
Yeah, Meacham just didn't turn his head. I mean, it was straight Troy Long, eyes on the football. Meacham, as you see, does not turn his head to look. And Long takes a step back and makes a big play.
So mark it down to the 8-yard line, a 33-yard completion for Shiner, who's coming to life late in this one. Third catch for Long. He's got 51 yards. Shiner has now completed 5 of his last 7 passes. 1st and goal. They'll give it to Sims. Sims rolling into the end zone. Me and Lorenzo rolling in the benzo. Touchdown, Ramona. Rams take the lead with 5:17 to play. Homecoming crowd very happy, Jeff Gorham.
That was fun to watch. Great catch, great way to finish. Great run from Sims.
So everybody is expecting the ball to go to Tolbert, and Sims sidles into the end zone. 8-yard run for the touchdown. Here's the PAT. Very important. Martinez puts it up and through, and it's a 14-10 ball game with 5:17 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, what a game this has been.
Here's the big play right here. Oh, there are a couple of big plays, but here's the one that sets up the touchdown. Troy Long fighting Meacham, kind of looks back and reels it in. The fake to Tolbert, bouncing outside Sims. Just beats Michael Gaines Jr. was oh so close to making that tackle.
Are you a fan of the new NFL kickoff?
No.
Me either.
I'm old. It's too confusing. Too many blinking lights. And how do you incorporate that into the music of NFL films? Remember the old highlight films where they had the music on the kickoff returns?
Yeah.
You can't do it now.
No.
I mean, you have to announce when you're doing an onside kick.
Silly. Oh,
you have to announce, like in basketball, you have to announce when you're cutting back door now? I want to go cut back door. McAllister to kick it away. Gaines back deep with Harden.
Good kick.
Over Harden's head. It's a live football. Now it'll go into the end zone. So all 3 timeouts left for the Bears, and they have 80 yards of real estate to traverse. And be sure to tune in. If other games are as good as the Riverside TV games, you're going to have all kinds of fun at the pep rally. 11 o'clock tonight, Jeff Gorham, Pep Fernandez. So Granite Hills and Norte Vista still tied at 21. That's on our sister station. Nick Rice on the call, along with making his debut, Charles Chastain. Or I guess he goes by Chuck. His dad's Charles, right?
Yeah, they're both Charles Chuck. His dad, though, has more hair than any human being ever. I used to play basketball with him. He looked like he was wearing a sweater.
From the 20, here's Gustafson at quarterback. Gustafson the give to Gaines Jr. around the right side. Gaines Jr. turns up the field. He'll have the first down over the 30. 10-yard pickup on the play for Michael Gaines Jr. Steps out of bounds. Clock stops. 5:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. So kind of alternating the quarterback position. It's worked for Poly so far.
Well, Marjock, I tell you what, he can run the football, and he's a big fella.
So Wales split out to the far side. Gaines Jr. in the near slot. Henry split out to the near side. From the 30, it's a 1st and 10. Here's Gustafson. He'll keep it this time. Off the fake, he'll keep it himself, and he won't get much. Davion Higgins gets some help from James Norton. And now Gustafson a little bit slow to get up. Yeah, Norton's a senior. I was going to say, if he was a junior, is Ken Mashinsky going to make sure he's okay? 4:35 to play. It'll be second down coming up.
Remember we called the Hillcrest Ramona game, wasn't it? And remember Mush was out there helping the other team's guy there too.
One of the scariest games I've ever been at to broadcast was a baseball game. UC Riverside and UNLV. And the pitcher was a player by the name of Brady Zuniga, and David Andrees is the plate. A line drive off of Andrees' bat hit him in the face.
Oh!
Now, UNLV wearing red and UC Riverside wearing blue. I saw a blur come out of the dugout. And it was Doug Smith, the manager, the head coach of UC Riverside. Very good. I know you know him through the Hall of Fame. Very good guy. And I'd never seen him move that fast. Now, luckily, what happened was the ball actually had hit him in the bill of the cap. And it slowed it down well enough to where it hit him kind of in the nose, and it kind of bloodied the nose a little bit, but nothing was broken. In fact, when they took him off, they took him to the hospital, obviously, for precaution. He kind of waved to the crowd as he went off. Now, he's a Southern California kid, so his mom and dad were actually in the facility, so they actually went to the hospital with him, and it turned out he was fine. You know, he had a little bit of a knock, didn't have a concussion or anything like that, ended up coming back to pitch, but I just remember how frightening that was to see that in live action. But to see the opposing coach, Doug Smith, wasn't even his guy, sprinting out to the mound. That's kind of how I felt when I saw Ken out there with the opposing player.
And that guy that got hit was never better looking. He was better looking after that, I heard. I heard it straightened out his face, and now he's a model.
Still down. It's Gustafson. Jerron Gilbert walking over there. Ken Mashinsky was out there initially. The athletic training staff for Poly sports medicine folks are doing a great job.
Did you know I dated models for a long time?
Oh, that's what you did. So that's the helmet kind of snapped back and bounced off the turf, and you hear that. You know, that's the argument against the turf. And I understand why schools want it. It's easier to maintain. It looks nice. You can have more events on it, but.
Hopefully he is fine. But do you know I dated a lot of models, right?
I did not know that.
But the glue would always stick to me, so. Yeah.
The B-52?
Yeah, B-52 bomber.
So Santa Rosa Academy up 41-22 on San Bernardino.
On
Cardinal City.
Cardinal City.
Gustafson still down here. And so, yeah, if you're looking at the concussion, that's always tough. I had this conversation with Kevin Argamosa, and their new field is turf.
Yes.
And I guess they were in a situation where they needed to share the field with the band, and so the band needed the field because they need to know where to go, the line markers. So the team practiced on grass. So there's the hit. Gustafson goes down.
There it is.
It's just, not good. Anyway, he had a similar situation where a kid's head bounced off. They're practicing on the grass field, and so, of course, fearing the worst, he brings sports medicine out, and just a bump in the head because it was grass.
Yes.
Just bump in the head. And he said, if that happens on turf, he's probably out for a couple weeks.
We've talked about it, and we're not joking it by any means, but we've talked about Norte Vista has a brand new field. And
right.
I think Ken Batdorf would have loved to have had kept grass, but when you use, three high schools are using it for varsity freshmen and JV.
Yeah, and then now you get the flag.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's moving, which is good here. Let's see.
Let's see Javon Gilbert there kind of signaling like maybe kind of snapping the back of the neck there. When you fall, I don't know if you've ever had that happen. It just feels really bad.
I had a concussion in the 10th grade of in high school. I hit my head on the floor, and no joke, for about a year there, I would see stars occasionally. It was a weird, but back then, this was the mid-'80s. You really
didn't have any protocol.
No, and you didn't know about concussion. You just hit my head.
Oh, you got your bell rung, Jeff. You want to go back in? Of course. What are you going to say? Yeah, I'm good to go.
But it was. I remember it happened early in the summer, and all summer long I had spots. It was a horrible, horrible feeling, headaches. And that's been the argument between the wife and I. Do we let our sons? Granted, I'm 6'8". I'm not a little guy, and my kids aren't little either. You know them both.
Yeah.
But our biggest concern is we've had one son with a major head injury.
Yeah.
Our oldest son, and the youngest boys. They want to play football. Do they not? And that's the argument that comes up, not at a young age, like I said, but maybe in the high school stuff. But for this reason alone, it makes it hard for me as a parent to put my son in that situation.
Gustafson back to his feet.
No,
looks like he's okay. No help. He's kind of walking off under his own power. You always like to see that. And good that listen. I want to shout out, and Jim Clover's here, so we'll acknowledge the sports medicine teams. They have a lot of work they need to do, and with football in particular, because there's so many players and so many situations they have to deal with. And kudos to both sports medicine teams, both for Ramona and for Poly.
Yeah, this just being the head is such a. You just don't want to ever see young kids in this situation where they hurt their head.
So to reset for you, 2nd and 10 coming up for Poly. Marja Gustafson will try to get you an update as we can on him. Aguilar back in. 2nd down, he's got some time. Looking down the field, throwing down the field one-on-one, incomplete. Intended receiver was Devontae Cruz Davis with that Daniel on the coverage. Looks like it was Mata on the coverage. Yeah, Isaac Mata back deep on the coverage, 3rd down coming up.
And Mata just got his hand on it, really changed the trajectory of this football.
Good protection for the big boys up front for Poly, and would have been a great snag had Cruz Davis been able to come down with it. 3rd down. Aguilar rolling. Aguilar throwing, complete to Cruz Davis. Gets up to the 38-yard line, so he'll be short of the 1st down, but close enough.
I think they're only going to get it to the 30s. Oh, they are going to get it at the 38. I thought they were going to go to the 37.
3rd catch for Cruz Davis, and the offense looks like it's staying out there. So big 4th down conversion on the previous drive by Ramona. Can Poly return the favor here? Solar Series rivalry. 6 wins in a row for Ramona. They lead this one 14-10. And we were joking in the pregame, Jeff, how many more times can the Rams walk the tightrope? Had to rally late 2 weeks ago. ago. 1 point win. They won in the fourth quarter on a touchdown by Sincere Tolbert. And here we are. They're walking that tightrope again. I know Ken Mashinsky said he's been running. I think he's been working out for the circus.
Well, it's just funny. Like you said, I talked to a coach earlier today, and he's like, how lucky is Ramona? And honestly, luck has something to do with it. But the big thing is these kids work so darn hard.
Yeah. And there's a look at the Poly huddle. It's interesting. I was talking to Coach Mashinsky about it. I said, last year, he said, we felt, they ended up 5-5. He said, we felt we left about 3 games on the field last year. And he goes, hey, I'll take them. One of them was my fault. There was something I should have done that I didn't do. But he said, we probably should have been 7-3 or 8-2 last year. And you wonder, though, if they were, what, in terms of how the division machinations worked out, would they've ended up in Division 11? Would they've ended up hosting a first-round game? Poly right now, they decided to punt. They bring Long out there to kick it away. And they have 2 timeouts now, but he has complete faith in his defense. So here's Daniel to receive. Long with the kick. Daniel backpedaling. He'll let it roll. Inside the 15, all the way down to the 10-yard line. So a 52-yard punt, no return, and Ramona will start at the 10. So here you go. If Poly can get a defensive stand here, remember they have 2 timeouts left, they'll have a legitimate shot to go ahead in this game. The downside is if you're the Bears, you need a touchdown.
Yeah, and Ramona is notorious. If they can run the football here.
Yeah, they're going to run. We're going to see Sincere Tolbert a lot. We'll get very familiar with number 30. 19 carries for Tolbert. He's got 81 yards. So they've done a nice job on him. Tolbert came in averaging nearly 8 yards a pop. The Bears have held him to half that. Little misdirection, and they all know where it's going. Benji Matthews makes the big play. Matthews stops Tolbert. 2nd down, and they'll call timeout. So Jerron Gilbert going back to his NFL training in terms of managing the clock. The misdirection they give to Tolbert. He runs right into Benji Matthews. So they mark it a 2-yard loss. They mark it back to the 8-yard line, 2nd and 13. I would guess they'll give the ball to Tolbert again here on this play, and then you wonder if they get stopped, do they throw the ball on 3rd down?
You almost have to. You can't. They're pinned up 90 yards from their end zone. You almost have to. You don't want to give up that shot. If you don't get it, you got to kick it. You got to get rid of it.
Huge kick by Maddox Long to pin Ramona deep, and we always talk about this. I don't know what it is. I guess that's the new strategy, right? The new strategy is let the punt go because you don't want to make a mistake. But we've talked about the difference in yardage when you just have a guy that can catch the kick.
Yeah, I would. If I was coaching football, I would do. I would say we're going to any opportunity we can get to catch.
Don't even just catch it.
Yeah,
don't even worry about returning it. 2nd and 13. Shiner handoff. Maybe back to the 10-yard line. Matthews in on the tackle.
And there's the timeout, 2nd timeout.
So here we go. 3rd and 10. All the timeouts are done for Poly. 3:19 left. If you're Ramona, do you throw the ball here? Because if it's incomplete, you stop the clock.
Yes, you got to throw the football.
Okay.
You have to. But who would have said we had a 14-10? Thought we had a 14-10 fourth quarter game at Poly and Ramona, a high octane offense. That just says a whole lot about Poly's defense.
Yeah, and we always talk about this. Everybody, this team's got a great defense. Hey, I get it. And the you err to the defensive side, but to me, hey, can you stop? Especially when it comes to the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Can you stop a high-powered offense? Let me tell you about. So the last 16 games. The Poly defense has allowed 21 points just 4 times. They get 56 to Paloma Valley. They lost the game, I think, to Silverado 48-47. The other 2 times was against Ramona. 35-28 last year on September 15th. And then in the CIF Division 11 final, 38 points. Aside from that, Poly has not allowed more than 21 points in any game, 12 out of the last 16 games, and here's the 3rd and 10 play. Movement. It'll be 3rd and 5. Oh, it's going to be against Ramona. Okay.
Wow.
That is the 4th mark-off against Ramona here in the second half. Hillcrest after 3, no?
They played, actually, that was last night.
Okay.
That was, La Sierra and Hillcrest played last week. La Sierra lost last night to Lakeside, yeah. La Sierra lost to Moreno Valley.
3rd and 5. Here's the throw. Incomplete. So 4th down coming up. It'll be good field position for Poly. 3:14 left in the 4th quarter. It'll come down to the Ramona defense.
Yeah, Hillcrest playing Lakeside. Hillcrest should get that victory. Lakeside struggled a bit this season, but La Sierra taking a big loss last night. I think they lost 36-0 to the Vikings of Moval.
Moreno Valley, they're back.
Back!
So we saw the return by Michael Gaines Jr. He's standing at the 40 of Ramona.
They're going to have great field position here.
Jerron Gilbert chooses to play the field position game. Here's the kick. Bounces at the 30. He'll take a Ramona bounce to the 41-yard line. So 10 seconds come off, so here we go. The defense going to come out for Ramona.
Can't tell if there's a flag there or not. The referees seem to be talking. Maybe not. No flag. Maybe it's a mouthpiece.
You kick from the 5. I wonder, now the problem is you're only up by 4. The other option, I know you like weird, roundabout plays, the intentional safety.
The intentional safety.
And then you get the free kick from the 20.
Yes.
And remember, no timeouts. Norte Vista takes the lead against Granite Hills. 28-21, 4 minutes left at Zach Erb Stadium. That game also on Riverside TV. Here we go. Poly at the 41 of Ramona. Aguilar in at quarterback. Cruz Davis in motion. Give to Palomares. Stopped in his tracks. Troy Long, the first man there. And down he goes. 2nd down coming up. No gain. Clock moves. Under 3 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. 14-10 Ramona. Been a very good football game. 2-2 for Poly. Little trickery. Here's Bacha on the end around. Bacha trying to go to the sideline. Bumped out of bounds by Olawuyi. They'll stop the clock, but not much in terms of a gain.
A gain of about a half a yard.
So that really, they're playing that for a timeout. Just trying to stop the clock there at 2:25. 3rd down coming up.
I thought he was going to throw the football.
Maybe that was the play. Let's see. He's looking down the field. Yeah, he wasn't. It looked like he was going to try to throw it.
I just saw those two guys. I said, I'm getting rid of it.
So Padilla in as part of the trips formation to the far side. 3rd and 9. Rolling right is Aguilar. Lofting the ball down the field. He's got Padilla incomplete. Look at Mata. Mata makes the play for Ramona. 4th down.
Wow. Great call by Poly, but great defense from the sophomore Mata.
Designed roll, gets it up in the air, does Aguilar. And Isaac Mata, one-on-one coverage. We talk about making plays. So here we go, 4th and 9. No timeouts left for the Bears. 2 big 4th down conversions have fueled scoring drives for Ramona. Can the Bears get one of their own? I know you like the middle of the field in this situation, Jeff.
Yes, I do.
He's going to go down the field, going to go for it all. And it's caught down the 5-yard line. Joshua Dominguez-Wales reels it in.
Wow, and that ball was underthrown. I thought for sure it was going to get picked off here. Watch this pass.
35-yard completion into double coverage. Clutch play by Aguilar. We talked last week about how we've kind of seen him mature right before our eyes. Ramona player down. We'll take a break here with 2:10 to play, but when we come back, it'll be 1st and goal from the 5 for the Bears.
It looks like Isaac Mata is down. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like... Wow. How fun has this game been?
Yeah. Classic rivalry matchup between Ramona and Poly. And, kind of what we talked about in the open, right? Ramona very comfortable walking the tightrope. And since Jerron Gilbert has been there, last year we talked about the statistical part of it, but his defense always is able to keep them in games. The last 2 games which they've lost, they were both close enough where they had a shot at the end. Here they, 3 weeks in a row now is the 3rd time the charm.
Well, they're five yards away from a victory here if they can score.
Now, the other part of it is if Ramona is able to, if Poly's able to score, Ramona still has 3 timeouts left and about, whatever time will be left.
Clock is running.
Yeah. If you're Poly, I don't think you want to do anything fancier. You just want to get the ball in the end zone. Palomares. No, it's going to be Aguilar. Aguilar to the pylon. Stopped at the 1-yard line. 4-yard run for Victor Aguilar. On the doorstep are the Bears. 2nd and goal, as they call it, the 2. Good fake. Faked the ball to Palomares and then kept it on his own. This time it is Palomares. Still driving, still on his feet. And now he's dropped down. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't think there was any gain on that play. Oh, tiny bit. Now it's at the 1.
Clock winding down. 3rd and goal. Here comes the jumbo backfield in.
Benji Matthews.
3rd and 2. Give to Matthews. He's in. Touchdown, Poly.
Wow. We talked about it weeks ago. When are we going to see Benji Matthews handle the football? And that is the biggest play that young man has had in his career at Poly with that score.
Big PAT coming up here. So 46 7/10 of a second left. Matthews the 1-yard run to give Poly the lead. Maddox Long on for the point after.
And this is a big, big extra point.
And he gets it. 17-14 with about 47 seconds left. Here we go. Here's a look at the drive. This is the one they almost had. They couldn't quite hold it. Or that is the catch. That was setting it up, and then we'll see the touchdown moments later. Here's Benji Matthews running right, and he's into the end zone. So here's the kickoff coming. And the one thing it does, this kind of takes away the biggest weapon that Ramona has in Sincere Tolbert, unless you want to split him out. Because you're going to need to throw the football. You do have 3 timeouts left. How big is that missed field goal now, Jeff? The long kick. Fielded at the 10. Here's Troy Long. Long to the 30. Still on his feet. Over the 40. up to the 45-yard line.
Great run by Long.
So 38.5 seconds to play. Here come the Rams. Again, 3 timeouts remaining. Field goal would tie it, but you know Ken Mashinsky's going to take a shot. I wouldn't be shocked if they go up top right here. So a touchdown for Granite Hills. Norte Vista, though, leads at 28-27. 51 seconds remain at Zach Erb Stadium. All right, so the report I'm getting is that Granite Hills went for 2 in the win, but we're waiting for confirmation on that.
We've had 2 great games here so far on Riverside TV tonight.
1st and 10, line is the 46. Shiner over the middle, complete to Long. He breaks away. Touchdown, Ramona. Oh my. You have something to talk about on the pep rally, Jeff.
Wow, what a great play.
54-yard touchdown with 28.7 seconds remaining from Shiner to Troy Long. Long did not play an offensive snap, Jeff, in the first half. But with the game as close as it was in the fourth quarter, Ken Mashinsky, all hands on deck. And the big PAT coming up for Jose Martinez. Wow. Norte Vista football with 30 seconds to go. Martinez puts it through, and it's 21-17 Ramona.
Wow.
I guess when you walk the tightrope as much as the Rams do, you get comfortable. Here's the look at the play again. Middle of the field, between 2 defenders, and Long's just going to keep running.
Unbelievable.
And I mean, you know, you can strategize all you want, and many coaches have told me this. This game, you know, Ken Batdorf has said this to me, Ken Mashinsky has said this, Jason McBain's, just comes down to can guys make plays. And how many plays over the years, I mean, has young Troy Long made for the Rams?
Boy, he has been great, and that is the biggest touchdown of that young man's career, beating Poly here with 28 seconds to go, unless something else crazy happens, Gazal.
We still got about 28 seconds left. Strange things happen at sundown in the Solar Series, Jeff Gorham.
And the luck of Ken Mashinsky lives on.
Whoever said that was prophetic. From the 6-yard line, here's Williamson. Up to the 16, down he goes. 20 seconds remain. So probably you can get 2 plays off if you're Poly. 4-point lead for the Rams. Wow. What a turn of events, Jeff Gorham.
Too much fun.
Rivalry games, they bring out the best in both teams. Clutch throw by Aguilar to Wales to set up the touchdown run by Benji Matthews. And they worked the clock down to under a minute and then just took one play. Cody Shiner finds Troy Long for a 54-yard touchdown catch and run. Aguilar throwing, dancing. In trouble, now he'll just get out of bounds. So Aguilar about 5 on the play. Second down. And again, you know, we talked about Poly gained 17 since, or no, this is game 18 since Jerron Gilbert took over, right?
Yes.
Fourth game, yeah. They've only allowed more than 21 points 4 times.
Wow.
Twice last year against Ramona. They're not going to be able to stop the clock. That's it. So he'll spike it. No, they're going to say there's time for one play. So Stephen Pollard, you see him holding up his hand.
Yes, he did. I saw, and Ramona players were going to run out.
So he wants them to put some more time on the clock. One play. Ramona will have one play left. There's our white hat. He's done a great job tonight. Entire officiating crew has done a really good job. And so have both teams.
It's been a fun game.
Tough one. Poly finally gets over the hump with the touchdown, and then Ramona with their magic. Padilla. The lateral. Back to Padilla. And he'll finally be wrestled down. The ball's loose and bounced on by Ramona, and that'll be it. 21-17 the final here. 7th straight win for Ramona in the Solar Series rivalry dating back to 2018. An improbable victory for the Rams on a huge play by Cody Shiner as he finds Troy Long with 28 seconds to play. 54-yard touchdown and a dramatic victory for the Rams.
Best game we've seen here in a long time.
Shiner makes it 7-0. That's at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter field goal by Long. 7-3 was the score at the half. And the second half, things get going a little bit for both teams. Here's the big punt return by Michael Gaines Jr. Gets the ball down to the 15-yard line. 38-yard punt return to put Poly in very good field position, leading to this. Palomares punches it into the end zone to make it 10-7. And then here's Lorenzo Sims after the catch by Troy Long into the end zone to make it 14-10. Here's Benji Matthews with under 50 seconds to play, making it 17-14 in favor of Poly. And then we saw that last play to Troy Long, the 54-yard completion for Shiner. 21-17 on homecoming. Ramona wins it, Jeff. Final thoughts.
I'll tell you what, this is one of those games that'll last in lore. These players are going to remember this 10, 20 years down the line. Poly had Ramona on the ropes, and the luck of Ken Mashinsky and the Ramona Rams continues. What a fun game. Defensive game by both clubs, but Ramona making the big plays to Shiner, to Troy Long. Like I said, Troy Long didn't play in the first half offensively. He came up big here in the second half. Great win for the Rams.
Yeah, and we talk about it that when you're a championship team, you understand the importance of making plays. And not that Poly didn't, because they made a bunch of plays down the stretch. But when the chips are down, Shiner and Long, both off that state championship team, understood what needed to be done.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about that. You know, certain teams, we said Santiago, very good team this year. They just don't know how to win. But this Ramona team knows how to win. They are now 5-0 and playing some great football. How many wins in a row is this?
11.
11 straight wins for the Rams. And I'll tell you what, they're going to take a break, and then we start River Valley League action in 2 weeks.
Yeah, kudos to the Bears as well. Poly kind of stayed in there and fought. They got to feel a little bit snake bit. The last 2 weeks, they couldn't finish the drives at the end. They finished the drive this time to take a 17-14 lead, and then Cody Shiner and Troy Long changed the trajectory of this one with that big play late. So 21-17, the final here from Ramona High School for the Ramona Hall of Famer Jeff Gora. My name is Ghazal Hassan, also our entire award-winning Riverside TV crew. The final tonight, the Rams of Ramona, 21-17 over Riverside Poly. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.